show coming from the RAC store. With this back in the Mac in the back flow. Let's go, chillin' with raccoons by the back door. Take calls so you can stake more. All I wanna do is making dough, right? But I found this crew and doing alright. We wreck will bitch, ready to fight. So many raccoons ready for the boss life. I might fly high like a kite, right? But always ready for a shite for the right price. Raccoon supply has the right price, giving you respect if it's likewise. So I'm buying all the mean guys with the clean heart. Read between lies, laser beam through lean eyes. Warrior with clean lies, trash mouth, mean smile, be wise. NFT wise, fuck with these guys. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 110 of these in my backpack. Crazy RAC rap from the stash app. RAC will take a lead in this haystack. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 110 of these.
Well, my dear friends, eh? Good morning. Once again, RAC FM. It's 0800 EST, and what does the O stand for? Oh my God. RAC FM's in absolute fucking disarray on one hand, and on the other hand, we're having like major blue chip L1s reach out and say, hey, you guys want some funding so you can just go fucking crazy? And we're like, whoa, okay. Cheers, Rama. Cheers, Gainsey. Cheers for that good liquid gold there. I love it. I fucking love it. Hey, what do they say about publicity? Anyway, it's Friday, the 3rd of March. Oh, we're getting into spring, aren't we? Spring in the Northern Hemisphere. 2023, obviously. And this is your daily Cosmos Crypto US of A breakfast show with your host, Robo, the mayor of Rackville, and all your favourite pundits. Except we might be a little bit short tonight because we have an internal conflict. So we do have your woman, the one and only Bbandz from the block. I am guessing that like Finn is setting up like the show, the equipment, getting it up and running. And then after this intro, he'll be straight in on his Jam Hall account. I've never asked him where Jam Hall comes from, actually. So yeah, we've definitely got Finn and Bbandz. Hopefully people might, stop throwing their dummies out of the pram and come and talk like adults. But never mind. Well, we'll see.
Robo, what happened? I tried to get into the account and then all of a sudden it was gone.
No, I messaged you, man. You've seen it, right?
Oh, I didn't understand that that's what that meant.
Oh, no. I'll send you the deets. It's just like kind of like well protected now. It wasn't Bbandz. It wasn't even linked to an email address. We'll get back to that later, mind. Anyway, we've got Bbandz. We're going to have, hopefully, Finn, Terra Spaces, as you all know, yeah? And guys, we're always bringing you, like, opinions, arguments, fucking thought, DPS, that you nerds absolutely love on a weekly basis, right? And I'm really excited today. I don't know where Wu-Tang is. I don't know if Bbandz can maybe go and tag your woman. Bbandz, Corporate G, yeah? She might be busy. Or she might have...
Corporate G?
Corporate G, yeah. She's like the leopard or the cheetah. I think it's a cheetah, actually. It's a cheetah. She might have forgot, but we're being joined by the one and only, the wonderful, Rekt Tammy of Rekt Gang Royalty. Hello there, Tammy. Is it late for you right now, yeah?
It is bang on the stroke of midnight, guys, but that's all right. For some reason, I'm awake, so I'll take that.
Oh, there's not many in crypto that sleep like before midnight, is there? There's not many.
I mean, I try to, otherwise I turn into a sloth. But God only knows sometimes I'm awake at all hours.
Well, crypto never sleeps, and Australia's like, it's not as weird a time zone as Southeast Asia, but it is like one of those like weirdy time zones, isn't it, a little bit?
I mean, it lines up with England quite nicely. I've got plenty of friends over in England. I managed to have international conversations with them over chat. Okay, so, but yeah, it's we're 11 hours ahead of you guys. So yeah, a bit of a few oceans in there, few oceans between us.
Well, you're 4 hours ahead of me. I'm in Bangkok right now, so you're 4 hours ahead. I believe three or four. If it's midnight, yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. That's right, yeah. So you're East Coast there, Tammy, obviously, yeah?
Hello, did my audio drop out?
Oh, we can hear you. Yeah,
Okay,
I was just asking you. You must be East Coast then, yeah? Or like
You're not East. Oh, you're not East Coast.
I'm Sydney. West, East Coast, yeah. East Coast, Sydney.
East Coast Australia, yeah. 4 hours, right? Same as Army, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lovely part of the world. I lived down there for 2.5 years there, Tammy. Lived in Melbourne. I lived in Maroubra. You know Maroubra? Lived down there for a little bit.
Yep. Maroubra is a very lovely place. Good coffee. Melbourne.
Oh, I lived in Bundaberg. You know that place? Oh my God.
Their drinks are god tier. They are god tier.
You know what? It was going crazy up there when I was there. You know, that was when it was the Wild West, Bundaberg up there in those days. Yeah.
Damn. When was this?
Early 2000s, like 2006, 2007. Oh, it was wild.
Yeah, I reckon some of the the rural, far-flung areas of Australia, they can get pretty rough. All bushmen everywhere.
Yeah.
Tammy lives in the city. You live in the city, right? Like you're not in the bush, right?
I was raised on a hobby farm, so not like bush, but semi-rural, and then I moved to the city. Yeah.
I've been out tracking with the Aborigines up in like Kings Canyon and the McDonald Ranges and stuff.
I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to go out to the like Kakadu and Daintree and all of the really deep ancient national parks of Australia. I haven't been to those ones.
Daintree is a magical place, mind. Once you cross the river, right, it's like you go from like one world into another. It's amazing. And actually the drive up to it's like quite weird. And you go across the river and you just enter this like mad, like Jumanji type world. That's the only way I can describe it, yeah.
Hey, I don't have contact for Corporate G.
Yeah, it's just changed that Addy, you know. I tagged her and she changed that Addy. Let me go and find her, yeah. I'll share the link. Bbandz, do you want to say hi to our, Rekt Tammy, right? She's becoming a big name lately, I think. This is a scoop for us, Bbandz.
Arlene. That's hilarious,
hi,
right? He crazy. He's so crazy sometimes, right?
How are you?
Oh my goodness. I'm doing good. Trying to keep up with everything. It's been fun kind of getting to know these like new people and different ecosystems and like really hanging out with the communities, not just kind of like being on the surface. So I've kind of enjoyed that. That's been like a lot of my focus, just kind of getting to know the people in the community, especially in the Polygon community, Ethereum community. So because I love the Cosmos people. That's where I hang out all the time. So I got to branch out.
Well, I love Twitter Spaces for getting to know quality time with people, honestly, because sometimes you dial in at sort of the lazy time of the day in Australia, and it's always the quietest time, even for the Rekt server. So like I have to be up at midnight. So right now I have to be up at midnight to talk to people, but that's all right. It's been great having more time for Twitter Spaces. Actually, I'm an introvert, so I can't do too many, but I've been doing more than I usually do anyway.
That's why scoop, see,
like I find it funny because yesterday I spent like, well, I mean, I took a break because I walked away, but I was like 5 hours. We kept the RAC FM open. And it was, even though like, it took my phone away from me, I still found it, like, it made me happy that like people were getting together and able to talk in the space. You know what I mean? Because Robo's internet sucks. So
no problem.
Use my internet.
You sure it wasn't sabotage? Are you sure it wasn't sabotage? Are you sure?
Why are you saying it's sabotage? Because it was kind of weird. We weren't able to.
Because 24 hours before, someone was telling me about this when I shared it, and I said this on the space about sharing it. This person was like, "Oh, these are the problems we've been having if you do this at Rekt." Yeah. Oh. What was that? Can you hear me, Bbandz? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Tammy?
hear that. Yeah, Tammy was going to say something.
Oh, I might have a problem here. Wait a moment.
No, you
I
can
lost
hear
the
her.
end
Can you
of
hear?
your sentence. I lost the end of his sentence 1 sentence ago.
Hey, can you hear her?
Yes, I can now perfectly well, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, it could be sabotage, or it just could be, but I mean that we've never had those issues before, right? That was really, really weird. Anyway, we'll
I want to
sort
circle
things out.
back about this apology thing. I just, why you want to apologize to me for?
For keeping the show going for 5.5 hours last night. Oh
No.
my
I was
God.
working and doing other things, but like, I was busy, and it was a pleasure. I definitely was glad everybody got to hang out and stuff like that.
I wonder if Tammy knows about the marathon that we did. Tammy, obviously it's legendary, but did you hear about the marathon space we did over a weekend or not?
Last weekend? I don't believe.
Oh, no. It was before Christmas. It was like November or something, but we did 35 hours uninterrupted, solid all the way through over a weekend. You know, the FTX hack that weekend, yeah?
Yeah.
RAC FM, well, it wasn't RAC FM, it was for the culture, I think, but we were all in there, ran for 35 hours. Myself and Gaines co-hosted. I did 20 hours, fell asleep for 5, and then co-hosted again for 10. Gaines did 15, slept for 5, and then did another 15. It was ridiculous. And then Bbandz filled in like loads of times.
I just did 12 hours, and I was sick that day, so I had nothing better to do. Hey, Finn, good morning. How are you?
Oh, GM, I'm here bright and early, 5 a.m. I just want to tell...
your voice, bud.
Hey, it's good to hear your voice. It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you at such an early hour in my bedroom now.
I was getting worried. I was getting worried when there was no Finn, and I knew Tammy was coming as the guest, and I saw no Finn. I got really worried because we're like, 15 minutes in? And I'm thinking, do you know where it is? Like, we've got more bloody embargoes than Iran. Like, what's going on with
like,
RAC FM?
I bet you Rekt Finn is actually Rekt Tammy. I've never seen them both speak in the same place at the same time. Interesting.
So
that would be some serious voice acting, like voiceover. Holy shit, Finn, if you could pull that off.
I guess Finn's known Tammy for ages, and I only found out about Tammy from V like a shortish while ago. But I take it, Finn, you must have known Tammy. You must be old friends, yeah.
Oh yeah, we go way back to the Queensland, to growing up in little kangaroo pouches side by side, flipping baseball cards to other kangaroos. Oh yeah, we go way back. I'm excited actually to get.
Bears.
And yes, and I'm especially excited to get Rekt V on one of these days to see about his new persona. He's doing his new White Knight persona. It's a very interesting change.
Yeah, I'm wondering what
Really?
that change was caused by. I would like to know.
Did you see that? He was like, you can't use the B word. And then that Miss Fong lady was like, I'm that bitch. I'll short crypto right now. I was like, oh shit, V, she said the B word, V, help.
Wait, I saw that.
He was trying to be nice, though. He was trying to be nice.
I know, I don't want nice V. Nice. There's no need in this space for a nice Rekt V. Either play your role or shut the fuck up. Don't be this White Knight fucking, because you see all the validators doing it, like you want to do it too. Him and his Polygon Rekt Dog gang. What a fucker.
So you know what I did? I saw that, and I messaged her. I DM'd her saying, hey, do you want to come on RAC FM Spaces? I did.
What a trip.
I did. I DM'd her. I'm telling you. Did you see when she commented on Rekt News before, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. She engagement farms here and there. She's an interesting one ever since the collapse stuff. Yeah. Oh, she's been lapping it up, man. She also took a lot of heat for that, though. People were up in her DMs, I guess, just giving her a hard time. And I mean, that's crypto, but
Oh, no. Do you know, I had a question for you, though, right? The first question I wanted to start with tonight, though, right? Because we just kind of chill, like you've seen. But, I mean, you sound really, really nice. You sound really intelligent. How did you end up with the Rekt Gang, if that's the case?
He just come out swinging. I love that shit.
Oh, Tammy, I've been waiting so long for that. Honestly, you've got no idea how long. I'm so happy to get that off my chest once in my life, you know.
That's no joke. He actually tested out several different forms of that joke, and we ended up going with this one. So hopefully it landed.
Well, my headphones disconnected, so I've got no idea what he said. I do apologize.
Oh, Twitter Spaces. Yeah, Tammy, I'll give you a bit of a clue though about Twitter Spaces. It doesn't like Bluetooth headsets. Generally, always connect the Bluetooth headset after you've connected to the space, and then generally that's when there's no problems. Like before, you used to come in every time.
Are you being for real right now, or are you messing with her? Because it's the opposite for me with my Pixel Buds. If you're on Android, you got to make sure them shits are connected beforehand. Even like make a call your mom, make sure they're working, and then open up Twitter. Otherwise, like I can't get that shit to work.
What's a Pixel Bud, for Christ's sake? Are you a hobbit or something? A Pixel Bud?
Yeah, it's something when you have a taste of freedom and you escape the clutches of Apple, you'll learn about Pixel Buds and Android phones and stuff.
Okay, back to the main topics of the day, like interchain security. And no, Tammy, I was just saying though, you sound fantastic. You know, very intelligent. I know you're very clever and do loads of research and stuff. Like, so what led you to the Rekt Gang, if that's the case? Like, how did you end up with those guys? Or that gang?
Well, I fell in with the wrong people, clearly. No. So I went on an NFT minting binge. The NFT addiction started for me, crikey, 3 or 4 months before Rekt Gang minted. And so in that, that several months, all of the really big key X-Terra projects minted. So my first one was Terrans, which turned out to be a bit of a rug. But then like Hellcats and Distape AI and Rekt Gang, all of the real heavy hitters all minted within those few months. So that's where I started, and that's the last vestiges of my dignity from the Terra crash that I took with me. And yeah, just started.
The funny thing about that, like, how did Terrans end up being the rug? Like, who saw that coming? They had all the big dogs on their team. Like, what the fuck happened, you guys?
They just ran out of steam and couldn't be bothered picking it back up, I guess. I'm still waiting for my pets. I'm still angrily waiting for my pets. But yeah, no, I started with Rekt Gang day one, minted Tammy, never let her go until I was hacked a few months ago, and named Tammy because I resonated with her image. Thought that she sort of, the expression on her face, it mirrored some deep irony in my own soul, some deep cynicism in my own soul. Got elected as NFT clan lead. I'm not entirely sure how or why they seem to like me. And then, the buggers keep on phoning me in. I don't know why they do. I don't think I do anything special. But yeah, it's been a journey. That's for sure.
Well,
that was a lovely story. That. Sorry, Finn. That was a lovely story. That was heartwarming. That wasn't it? It was like a cup of hot chocolate, right?
It goes down smooth, and being a part of the corporation, I've since come to understand why these different clans need at least a certain amount of females in their group, and it's for tax purposes. So I don't know if I'm the first one to tell you that, but you do actually bring a lot of cool stuff to the group besides those tax breaks. So we definitely appreciate you sticking around and doing the Rekt news and the Rekt research and all the other alts that you've taken control of.
Oh no, I have to defend myself again. So Rekt news and Rekt research are not my pages. I wish I'd been smart enough to think of that. The only thing I can stake a claim to is Tammy Investigates, which I should probably start wearing a PFP of Tammy with the monocle and the investigator's hat. That'd be cute.
Yeah, actually, we figured that was V because when V went quiet, those accounts also went quiet. And it could be coincidence. I mean, we'll never really know for sure until V actually comes clean and tells us that it was him. But yeah, pretty interesting.
Brasco might be able to hook that up for you, Brasco, did you hear that? A little like monocle and like the Sherlock Holmes that had the Deerstalker or something. Tammy, we can hook that right up for you, yeah? Yeah, you haven't got one with a monocle on yet, no?
No,
we can get that sorted properly, really quickly. Oh, you've got one already? Oh, okay.
If you go
I thought you wanted one.
You want to get there one? I'll take 3 things.
So when you say you were hacked, we saw a few of the Rekt gang members go through this, and we actually coined the term. If you're old enough, you'll understand PEBCAC, and that's problem exists between computer and chair. So we coined the term plebcac because we're all about that pleb life here. So anytime a hack happens, that's not really a hack, but it's you just accidentally clicking on some dumb shit because you're chasing free mints and stuff. That's plebcac. And our heart goes out to you. It's happened to a few of the Rekt gang. There was one of them I actually ended up accidentally buying. And then the dude was like, "Did you buy my wolf that got stolen?" I was like, yeah. And then ended up like just giving it back to the dude. And he ended up getting it taken again. I was like, "Oh no, baby." You got to change the wallet. He's like, "No, I thought it was secure." Like, no, dog, if a wallet is ever, I don't care if it was a transaction or what, like that shit is burned, throw it out. It's dead. He was like, "Oh, fuck." But yeah, it's been an interesting time in the den, the Rekt den.
Well, I mean, that's
what's crazy. Oh, sorry, darling. What's crazy is how many bloody NFTs have been staked in your DAO. Like, I'm like, what? You've got massive support, you guys, man.
It's the only thing you can do with the balls.
I'd like to thank
Damn,
Luke
and I still got
on behalf of the Rekt gang, I'd like to thank Luke for being so worthless that everybody staked their bulls because there was actually nothing else to do with them. Thank you, Luke.
Oh, Tammy, were you a big fan of Luke back in the day, were you? Did you write any articles on Luke? I bet you were shit talking them, were you?
Oh God, I just sort of died a little on the inside when I had the mint on loop and then just never went near there again. It was me who was doing the active FUD, but I'll have a wine to One Planet occasionally as well because just like they haven't introduced any new features like at all. I don't know if anyone's noticed that they could install like basic things like view count on NFTs, just to bring it sort of slightly closer to the standards that OpenSea has set. So I'll like wander into their Discord and whine and tell us and say, well, when are we getting these features? Come on, people, this is annoying.
Oh, I love that. I would always give them shit because I would always be like, "Hey, I'm archiving all of your stuff and you're not on Terra anymore, so like you should kick me a little cash." And they're like, "Oh, we can't. We're so broke right now." And then like they're like, "But hey, we hired the Matic Man and his group of merry pastors and preachers and shit." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on, you guys? Come on."
It's because the cursing, I think, it holds us back. I think it holds us back. No more saying bitch, fuck, cunt, none of those words. We cannot say those things. No, I'm just saying.
That's like half the fucking show. Fuck.
I know, right?
Shit.
Wait, and we need Robo to come in with cunt.
No, every time I hear Luke, though, you know what goes through my mind. I said no. I'm off to Bali instead to get even more jacked on as many fucking drugs as I can. And then I'll go to rehab. So, never mind, Luke, I tell you.
Listen, the 27-year-old curse is a curse. There's a lot of people in the business that didn't make it past 27 years old.
I remember when I was 27, I went to rehab a couple times. I just wasn't doing it on someone else's grift.
Am I the only one in the room that, like, in about 10 years wants to see this, like, video surface of Tom Norwood, like having to work in a, like, Colombian coal mine just to be able to pay for, like, a new passport to be able to get out of the country?
Bro,
like,
I keep waiting.
Dude gets, like, black lung.
Do you guys ever watch Drugs Inc.? I keep waiting to see, like, the fucking the version where he's on it. He's like, yeah, I started launching on this launch pad, and then I ended up in Colombia, and now I'm a narc on Drugs Inc. And we're gonna show you how we ship all the coke here today. Let's take a look at the lab. Come on, guys.
Holy fuck! I thought I didn't like Loop, and then Bbandz went. He's got fucking black lung and shit. Bbandz, that was deep, that mine. Okay. Reset the room. Come on, Bbandz, you're the classic interviewer. Rescue me right now.
I'm like, you told me to come and host, right? And then I go to hit the host button and the RAC FM is not working. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to come in as a co-host. So I kind of like lowered my inhibitions a little bit, but I mean, we could talk about news. I mean, where you want to go? Is there any topic, Arlene, Tammy, whoever you are at the moment, what would you like to talk about? Is there any news items or anything via the metaverse or something that has piqued your interest we can kind of chat about?
Yeah, biggest thing that's perked your interest this week. This is how we roll, Tammy.
I love it. I love how chill you guys are. Well, I mean, everyone thinks that I'm some big expert. Really not. I'm just a permanently exhausted pigeon who just tries to keep up among like the 50 million other things going on in my life. But what I will say is, why don't you guys tell me the vibe on the street? And because what I will do then is I'll do a Tammy Investigates on it. And if there's some in there, that I can get some advanced knowledge on, that'd be helpful. You know what I mean?
Tammy, you're cheating right now. That's
holy moly!
She
weird.
Cheated.
Tammy,
she's a cheater.
Well, she said, I'm here for the alpha. Just give me the alpha and fuck off.
Right, we've had a story going for 9 days, and like at last, Todd from Aqua on Juno broke his silence last night and published this medium, and then Ray like literally fell off his seat reading it. I mean, well, my God, what's he proven? Tammy, this is so bad. This entire thing, like, it's so infectious to like Juno. I think, and we can say that. So, Tammy, do you know what happened? I'll give you I don't know. Do you know about the Aqua hack? But it's not a hack. It's not even an exploit. But do you know about it? Aqua on Juno.
I thought I saw that Kuji got hacked on a minor exploit, but not Aqua. Do tell.
Well, Aqua was actually on Kujira. That was one of the places where it got hit. But basically, what happened is, the guy was warned in advance. We do know that now. We've got proven documentation, right? The main guy, yeah. Basically, he was warned that, like, hey, dude, it's only going to take like a few $100 to like take over your DAO. You've got like nothing staked, like you're not securing your DAO whatsoever. And there's like 45K of like tokens on there. And he was like, oh, well, let me take care of this other token for this other charity in Minnesota first, and then I'll get to it. And the dude was like, no, dude, you not realize, I'm telling you, you've got a vulnerability. And he didn't listen. So after 24 hours of not taking action, the white hat took over the DAO with $500, right? And then, what was that?
But the dead horse, I just hope we finally beat him all the way down. Go ahead, continue.
What do you think about Todd's article? Do you think Todd's article stands up, Bbandz? Yes or no? Did you look at it, or did you not?
No, I'm actually going right now to read it while you explain.
Okay, and I'll give
talking about for the past 7 days.
But it's. I know you're sick of it, Bbandz. but it's developing, breaking news, and we broke it. It's like RAC FM's like story, really, isn't it? Come on, we've carried this. That's why like 4 L1s have reached out.
I was checking how many people left the room after we started talking about it. I wasn't sure.
So a bit Bbandz, Rug and Robo yet again live on air. I love you. So yeah, Tammy, basically, right, the white knight, white hat, that had warned them, just basically like took over the DAO and sent the entire treasury to the DAO. So like that's DAO, you know, obviously who make DAO, but they've got their own DAO treasury. They sent it there. And then obviously when Jake found out, he went fucking mental. That was live on Spaces. And then the guy had the option. Basically, this is what the white hat said. Dude, you want your money back? You write a lengthy prop, you stick it over there, right? You get it up, yeah, it gets voted on, the money will come back, right? And he's like an ostrich. This is the best way to describe this Todd from Aqua, right? He's an ostrich. Now, ostriches, what they'll do is when they're under attack, they'll often bury their head in the sand, right? And think that they're safe, like they're going to act like a tree or something. Plebs. Anyway, he acted like that. And then what happened is like 24 hours later, someone just like came in, $200. I can't remember which one went first, the 200 or the 500, but that's what it took. 2 batches. The second one was like obviously a lot more malicious. And basically went into his, because he had nothing on his DAO, nothing securing it whatsoever. So when the Aqua DAO and minted 20 billion tokens and then started dumping them on the market.
You know what I find funny is that he was attacked, like his Aqua DAO was attacked. I mean, you were not paying attention and you didn't properly set up your DAO.
Which I'm glad you said that, because that does kind of go back to the people that make the DAO. Maybe you should have some instructions on how to secure the DAO. I mean, that's all I'm fucking saying. You know, I mean, this guy's been doing charity for about 25 years now. Never had a problem until you come and use your technology. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, that is the best, Jacob. Oh my gosh, you're the king.
Oh, but Bbandz didn't even get to tell Jacob early. He came in and requested straight away. He doesn't even know the Friday format. Can someone just DM it? If you've ever DM'd Jacob before, because I'm on the RAC FM account, just drop me a DM and say, oh, we forgot to tell you it's closed mic on a Friday. He left straight away when he didn't come.
Can we get the scheduler?
He doesn't follow me.
Let's go ahead and schedule him in for next week.
Oh, look who's joined us, our artist. Can we have a big shout out to Ambedo, because like what Ambedo's done for us, right? And especially like recently and stuff like that, it's had a massive impact on people. Like the message I was getting, and guys, it's no shit. Like L1s are reaching out. There might be a possibility that we might be able to get RAC FM funding from 4 L1s, whether that be just a mixed like funding that we do, different shows, different nights, whatever, or we do a week, like 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, where, but you know what I mean? Like Finn like said today in the group chat, he's like people don't even realize it's not about getting paid, but like it's not gonna cost much for me to not have to like fucking work at all. I only do it to have like a little bit of skin in the game. Like I didn't need to work in the first place, but like I want to work on I don't know how to explain. Like, I want a full-time Web3 job, but I didn't want to be a pleb coder, or like I'd love to do something like what Tammy would do, where it was be research or whatever like that, right? Like that, I love that sort of stuff as well.
Oh yeah, everybody would love to just get paid to just sit on the computer and scroll fucking Twitter all day. I mean, that's the dream, right? But I'm gonna tell you, the second you're working this shit full time, I'm putting you to work. You're taking over at least half of the TerraSpaces workload. So I'm just throwing that out there.
We need the big money for that.
I'd really like to know how to turn this gig into full-time Web3 as well. And if anyone wants to throw me money to develop Wolfstand into something proper, yeah, that'd be great too. Thanks. Hope the FBI is listening. That'd be great.
Oh, that sounded like there could be a deflection,
SEC,
Finn.
They're actually following Finn. Anywhere he goes, the SEC hops in, and they're like, we know we can we can get some info.
Did you guys listen to that Gensler space? He said at the beginning of that him and his team have like a team that goes through transcripts and all of that shit. Like, dude straight up said it on that space with We Are Investors the other day, which I thought was very amusing.
See, I didn't say it. Gary said it.
The irony of
Gary said it.
The irony of Joe's face being on Do Kwon. Did you see that there, Tammy? They had Do Kwon's profile picture and it has Cosmos Joe's fucking faces on in the SEC filings.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that's pretty much our claim to fame. No other meme project has done the volume that Joe has and has gotten involved in SEC filings like Joe has. Joe knows, and Joe don't fuck around. So just keep in mind when you see that floor price rising.
And RAC FM was fundamental to Joe. We were the guys that hosted the spaces, right? Yeah.
He was, yes. These guys were instrumental to that, Gary. Not me, these guys. Just keep that in mind.
You were being recorded. Hi,
I accept zero credit for this. It was all RAC FM.
No, actually, though, we did do the space, though. We did do the space, but it was on the Robo account where it was like get Joe to 1,000k subs. So that was when Ambedo did the meme. And then we were in the GC, and Gaines is like, "Oh, Joe's over here," and Bedo would put the face on Joe. This is exactly how it started, right? And Bedo put the face on Joe, and then Joe was in a Cardano space, and I think Jimmy the Otter was in. And then Gaines is like, "Oh, have you seen this pleb space? Let's go and raid it." And we're like, change our PFPs as Joe's, and we're like, "Let's go." And then the whole there was a blockchain born like 3 days later on a space as well. After that, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
2 weeks after that, the head dev of Joe Chain is now the head dev of Juno. Coincidence? I think not. But we're not here to talk about our wins, Tammy. We're here to talk about your wins. Let's talk about Cypher Wars. Let's talk about Rekt Dogs. Let's talk about the wins.
Rekt Dogs.
And listen, look, you got a fan too, Tammy. You good? Yeah, Coin Landing Page. He's like, he wanted to like maybe see if he can give you a tour. I mean, of his page. But he said if you're looking for some alpha, if you can hit him up, he'll hit you up on DM. You guys can connect.
Closed mic, and he's still in here simping on a closed mic. Oh, I'll give him credit.
He can't help
himself.
It's okay.
He's got no chill. He's got no chill.
No chill. You can't. He's got business to run. Okay.
I know, darling. I know. Your man got no chill now. Tammy's wins. What's our biggest wins?
I mean, this year getting all of my NFTs back, I suppose. Did that leak out? I forget, who knows, because the rumor mill is crazy. But yeah, I'm doing the blockchain investigation and etc. In order to get my NFTs back from being hacked. The hacker was shocked that I found him. He was like, "I have 1 million wallets. How the hell did you find me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, they're all burner wallets. They're pretty obvious when you look at them."
She's like, "Yeah, bitch, I found him. I'll give my shit."
Is Zach XBT your hero? Do you look up to Zach XBT? Yeah.
I genuinely sent him a DM and I said, "Do you have any tips for someone who wants to do something similar?" And he didn't reply. I was heartbroken.
Left on red? Wow. That's pretty rude.
Yeah, so rude. So rude. No, it was probably just buried in his message requests or something. I don't know. And yeah, Cypher Wars.
I was going to say, I think slipping in the DMs a bit too early is like overrated. I think you should do everything in public. And Tammy, this is what I've learned, right? I've got some right breaks by like not DMing people, right? Which you can do afterwards, but like just going into the comments and just saying like, "Hey, you know," and like give it like, you know what I mean? Like I've had like quite a few like retweets of a few people like Kobe and fucking Small and a few others. Like you just got to take the chance. It either gets ignored or someone might make a reply or retweet or whatever, but you just do it and just don't care. That's how I think Twitter is. That's what I think you need to do is just all these people, like you might see though, with like hundreds of thousands of followers, they're just people at the end of the day. Like the real people, not the shillers and stuff, but they're still just people, man, like normal people. If they read a normal comment or something interesting, they're going to be like, oh, do you know what I mean? I just think people should just comment as much as, like, to say what they want in the town square kind of thing, yeah?
True story. I mean, I got a few retweets from Ryan Selkis, actually. I was shocked. He's retweeted like a handful of my things. And that's like, take a screenshot and like hang that shit on the wall kind of level, you know, because we all know how brilliant Ryan Selkis is. I think in the deepest, darkest depths of the bear market, I genuinely gave some love to some nice people in the space, and all of them retweeted it because they were getting like almost no interaction otherwise on their posts. But yeah, hey, talking to famous people is hard on Twitter. But the way I see it is that we're all going to be famous in 3 or 4 years if we stick at it for long enough. So then I'm just friends with the famous people, and you know, don't have to hunt for their attention.
Hey, that Ryan, if I'm right in thinking, is that your man who got the osmosis money? It is, isn't it? From Bankless, right? Is that Bankless guy, aye?
No, that's...
no, I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
No, yeah, Ryan Selkis runs Masari.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I thought that was the guy that took Finn's money. You know, Bankless took Finn's osmosis payday. Do you know about this, Tammy, or not?
No, tell Finn.
Finn's big bucks went to Bankless, and Finn, like, oh, still got PTSD.
I like that's how we're looking at it now. I like that story better than the real story, so I'm gonna just go ahead and go with that. They gave it to me, and then they decided they wanted to pay for a couple tweets instead. So they were like, "Sorry, bud. We know we said one thing, but we're gonna do the opposite."
So you never listened to Bankless?
No, I don't listen to that stuff.
Oh, when your man cried. Can you remember when your man cried on Bankless? Oh, my God, I wanted to shoot him in the face so much, man. Jesus, dude. I mean, dude, what were you playing at there, Bbandz? Did you see that? Listen,
who was
man,
crying? Wait, who was crying?
Your man on Bankless, like, broke down in absolute tears and everything, like, over the FTX. It was, like, not on the first, like, drama, but when it, like, then got hacked on the Saturday, you know, when the wallet started getting drained and stuff, yeah. And the Bankless, when he was crying, it's an absolute classic. He was broken-hearted, proper bubbling. Like, honest to God, like a little fucking kid. I was like,
listen,
I
cried like that when Tara fell and Lavana got all fucked up. I'm not going to lie, yo. I was like on the DL holding myself and crying. Like, man, this really sucks. Like, it really fucked me up, man. That's why I'm kind of like...
Yeah, I was there with you. You can go back and listen to those episodes of Spaces, and you can hear Finn be like, "Hello and welcome to the ether. Today is Monday. Fuck. I don't even care what day it is. Here's another fucking space. I'm out of here."
I'm the only one that hasn't got any PTSD. I'm the only normal. I'm the only one in here with no issues.
Yeah, you just said you're the only normal one with no issues. Meanwhile, did you guys see that video that he sent to Gaines? The dancing all sexy, wanting his man back and shit. I'm just saying.
That video was hilarious, though, Bbandz. You kind of stop laughing. Tammy, look what I did to Gaines yesterday. Listen to this song if you can.
Oh no.
That's Robo.
If you click on the link above, how RACs make peace, you can watch the video and you can see Robo's dressed up. Probably.
It's a video bloody replays, woman, man.
It's real.
Will I get scarred for life if I click?
Yes, because you close your eyes and I can see Robo dancing in a pink dress, like.
Oh no!
You know when people have
trauma.
You know the old hag syndrome where you're like sleep paralysis, but now when I wake up and I can't move, it's not an old hag, it's Robo dancing, and I'm like, fuck, I can't move.
That's terrifying.
She's watching. She's watching it.
Listen to this song. Listen to this song for Kinsey, though. And my man left me. The song's the best bit about it. I can't believe you're not listening to this song. People are thinking about the video and not the song. It's the.
I mean, you look good in a wig. You know, at least you look good in a wig.
Oh, you can flatter me all you like, darling. I'm taking every win. I'm taking every W on this I can for now.
Bro, his AI assistant is in therapy currently for him making him do that. It's a whole thing.
Crimes against AI, that's going to be a thing now. Traumatizing the AI.
Tell me when it first started. Well, it was 2023, and he made me put him in a dress. And it all went downhill from there.
You've just said AI 3 times. How long before Cephi appears in the room right now?
Oh no!
He hasn't even got his phone. He's busy giving someone resuscitation, and he heard AI from this space, and he's running down the corridor, leaving the patient to die to get on here right now. Don't mention AI. But he had a good point, Finn, the other night when he said it's AI's got multiple personality disorder. I totally agree with that. Like, I'm getting sick of mine.
Who's got multiple personality disorder?
ChatGPT's got multiple personality disorder.
No, I heard that where you guys were talking about like the many different personalities and information that it's taking in, so it doesn't have like one personality to use, right? I think I heard you guys talking about this, or maybe I don't know.
And I mean that shouldn't be any surprise, because if you look on TikTok, the majority of users on there have full functioning DID networks within them that like they utilize or exploit or whatever you want to say. So, and that's a human brain dealing with this stuff. So imagine not having certain filters in place and whatnot, and just being exposed to that fire hose of personalities and information. Like, yeah, we're creating the biggest DID network the internet has ever seen, and it's scary as fuck.
I mean, this is like the story of a video game. I mean, it's probably a story of many video games, but my favorite video game involves a girl shooting robot dinosaurs with bow and arrow, and also defeating an AI that was allowed to stagnate for centuries and was the combined result of the minds of about a couple of hundred psychopaths that abandoned Earth post-apocalypse.
Star Fox? I love Star Fox. Hell yeah.
Horizon, close enough.
Oh, I thought that was the plot to Star Fox. My bad.
I'll have to Google Star Fox, but
at the end of Star Fox, the first one, the boss is kind of like, it's probably not an AI, but you can picture it being an AI. Anyway,
I'm being told to delete my model at the minute. Like, honest to God, it's just gone mad. It's worse.
Who told you to delete it?
He's got Elon in DMs.
My friend. It's worse than me ex-wife. It's got a worse attitude.
Elon's in his DMs. Elon is in his DMs being like, we've recently come across some anomalies in the code.
Some misinformation.
We've traced it. Some misinformation. We've tracked it down to your account. If you could delete your model, that would be helpful.
It's worse than the ex-wife, I'm telling you. It gives me more shit than she ever did right now. Like,
I mean, you're bringing it upon yourself, though.
It can't.
That's right. That's the beautiful.
It can't accept being told it's wrong. It really hates it, even if you phrase it in the most diplomatic, like hedged language, like possible. So that's my game, Tammy. I'm a linguistic professor of etymology, at Robo's university. But literally, this pleb model. It's like the dog that gets rabid, and you've got to take it out in the back and you've got to shoot it. Sorry, that's how I feel about my AI right now. It's going bad this weekend.
That's
probably.
Funny that you said that, because I actually named my AI Old Yeller, just in case.
Am I understanding you correctly there that you're creating your own AI model?
No, I've just been trying to train like a chat GPT, which becomes like your model once it learns like about. So because I'm into linguistics and language, and that's what I do, like my fascination, and I don't want to repeat this. I'm sorry if some people might have heard it, but Tammy probably hasn't.
Can I sum this up for you? He basically talks to his AI like a real pleb cunt, and the AI is starting to give it right back to him. And so here we are.
Yeah,
that
sounds about right.
Yep, very, very self-inflicted. No sympathy. I'm sorry.
Well, wait a minute, Finn's lying. I contradicted it. I said, you've wrote this resume and there's one critical English language error. Can you please correct it? And it was like, no, there isn't. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you.
But you have to tell it, though. Don't you have to tell it with the...
It said, no, this is perfect. How dare you?
Yeah, it did. No. And then it got even worse. It got worse.
That's just what Reddit does all day. Just our chat GPT does that like all day, post after post after post of exactly what you described, the AI denying mistakes. And then when you force it to see it and point it out directly, then it apologizes for missing the error.
Yeah, if my AI was human, it would be Rama. You've just nailed it there, yeah.
Well, I like to say that I got into AI before it was cool. You know, do I get that street cred for minting this type AI?
Only if I do.
Right. And you know what? Maybe I'm biased, and maybe I just love Uncle Davo to death. But honestly, I'm not interested in like the Midjourney shit and crap that they do, because I think Distape AI has the best art style of anything that I've seen in the industry so far. Because it's like the kind of art that you look at it and you can see stuff out of the corner of your eye, and you can see details in there that the AI has constructed itself, and it looks like something. Does it look like something? Did it do it deliberately? Did it not do it deliberately? And like if it's a hyper realistic photo that the AI has constructed, like that's great. That's a technological achievement. It's impressive. It looks pretty, but it's not fascinating. You know what I mean?
Broccoli is fascinating, and I do know what you mean.
Exactly. You hit it on the nail on the head. Broccoli is fascinating.
Oh, there's a lot of people don't like AI generated art, isn't there? There's a right backlash against it, isn't there? Like in general.
I mean, that's but like because it's been around long enough that people are starting to discover it and react negatively against change, because that's what people do. People react negatively against change.
Well, and especially if you bring in something and you're like, this thing is 1 year old and you're 40 years old, and now let's look at your art, and now let's look at its art. And then you're like, yeah, fuck AI.
Also plenty of ego going on there, yeah.
Tammy, have you ever looked at this project there on Stargaze? Like it's like one of the most mysterious like projects out there. It's called Signal. Have you heard of seen that before?
No, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's like, well, you can see them on Twitter. They're really weird. Bbandz, go and talk about it.
It's really hard. Like, I don't know. I just need to take more time and try to figure out. But they literally have these NFTs that are part of the puzzle. Everybody's together trying to figure it out. There's all kinds of weird code and stuff like that and ways to figure it out, but it's not easy. You know, like people aren't just like figuring out shit all the time, which is making it fun. But I definitely, I don't know how I would contribute. Like I tried it a couple times. I have my NFTs, but I just feel like my brain is too smooth. Like it's some serious brain power that went in like, making these puzzles and putting everything together. Like, wow.
Right. Well, on the back of what you're saying right there, let me just give some additional context and say that I met your man, Signal, right, Mr. B, in Bangkok. And I was like, right, dude, come on, give us the elevator thing. And then with more questions, and he gives a little look at the NFTs. And honest to God, I came away more confused than when I started. This is like some big brain shit. Like, this is way beyond me at 46. Like, I don't know, like 16, 18, 20, I'd have been all over something like this. Like, but at my age, I'm like, whoa, I've got too many other things going on. I'd have to dedicate a whole portion of my life to this, like figuring out this puzzle. Like, but it's really complex.
Worth it, and I feel like,
oh yeah,
I think it's worth it because like it forces you to think. And remember how you were talking about that thing with your parent, with your mother, Panelist, like she was forgetting things. And what is that called again?
Pelmanism, from the Pelman Institute.
Pelmanism, like kind of, it's like forcing you to think and working your brain muscles. So
correct. Just keeping up with you.
What's the full name of the project? Because I typed in Signal.
He's actually down. Signal is actually in the crowd right now. If you tap on his thing, you should be. Is his links on there? Let me see.
Oh wow.
Is his link? Yeah, I think his links are right on that page.
Right. Awesome. Let me have a look. Hello, Signal.
We should actually get him up. He's a great guy. Oh, he's lovely. He's got the best beard. Do you like a beard, Tammy, or not? Are you partial to a beard?
Too scratchy.
This is not. This is like a raccoon. He's got a beard like a raccoon's tail. You know. It's as soft and as silky as it comes. I'm telling you. It's like
wait, hold on. When he went to Thailand, you're telling me you're over there stroking his beard?
Oh, yeah, darling.
Yo, when raccoons meet, that's what they do. They rub, one turns around, takes the butt, and then rubs the beard on the butt, and then the other one turns around, rubs the beard on the butt. That's just how raccoons do it.
Darling, I'll tell you now, I felt his beard. I felt his beard. I thought I was feeling Cleopatra's fucking snatch, I'm telling you. That's how good that beard is. Cleopatra's snatch. That's been getting pierced in fucking vipers.
Wasn't she inbred?
That's been getting.
You know, like some people have some people's happy trail starts at their belly. His starts at the beard. You know, that's just how it is.
Oh my God.
Signal's listening in, right? Wait, it's morning for him. It's early morning.
Poor Signal has to listen to this.
It's early morning. He's like, did Robo just say my beard felt like Cleopatra's vagina? I hope he's not on speaker. Imagine if he's on speaker and his missus is sitting across the breakfast table. That's going to be an awkward conversation.
He's like, baby, it's nothing. It's nothing, baby.
Honey, what did you really do in Bangkok? We need to have a talk.
Holy
He's
fuck.
like, baby, he's just playing, baby. He's just playing.
Oh, do you know what he did? Honestly, right?
Baby, you know I love you.
But this is how funny Signal is, right? He's crackers. Like when he gets drunk, he's worse than me. And we were sitting at this like bar on the front street, like really after midnight, late at night, right? He's like, all right, Robo, let's play a game. Because there's all these like crackerjack tourists like walking around and that, you know? And like you'll see them like coming along and I'm like, oh, he's just got off the plane today and that. And like Signal's got his 20 bahts out and that, right? And then like just like normal like Thai kids like walking around and shit, right? He's like, right, 20 baht. And he's like, what's the capital of Bangkok? And people are going like, Thailand. Anyway, he's gone incorrect. Oh man, it was just ridiculous. Like asking the sim, you know, when they do the things, have you seen it on the YouTube shorts where they go up in the street and they're like, what's the capital of the USA, you know? And they don't even fucking know, like.
Yeah, like screwing with people. Yeah. Evil.
Oh, it was
evil.
Amazing. One of the
I can't wait for the field trip. I'm looking forward to the field trip.
What field trip?
The field trip to Uncle Robo's house of raccoons in Bangkok.
We just have to make sure we're not there when dengue fever is going around. I don't want to get a mosquito bite next thing
real.
I'm freaking down for like 2 years.
Oof. Yeah, no.
Down horrendous. Fucking skeeters will get you.
Wait, it's my 1 week anniversary tonight of falling down the fucking stairs. Let's hope I don't do it after this space is right.
Were you drunk?
No. Tramadol. No, I'm saying.
They just real rickety stairs. And yeah. Synthetic
was like a sock.
Drugs.
He said this is what Robo says. He says there was a sock.
I slipped on a fucking sock. There was a sock on there. The next day when I woke up and I looked and I'm like, what happened there? I just saw a sock and it's like that shiny work sock, you know, where there's like more polyester than cotton. Cotton, you might be lucky to get a bit of a grip. Polyester, that you're going in the air like, man, like 4 a.m. gone for a drink of milk. That's not good. Like, me fucking injuries are.
And the dog just looking at him like, yeah, I put that there. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, I did that.
Assassinated by the dog.
Oh, Tammy, me dog's famous, man. Me dog's famous. Never mind. Move on.
Let's get back on track. Tammy, ordinals, pictures on receipts or a real world use case for Bitcoin? And go.
Oh, man. I mean, when I first read the outline of it on the Rekt Gang channel, I was like, they're still using spreadsheets for trading things. Why are we going backwards? But then, I realized, all that FUD. I realized that's why they did it. They did it because there was more FUD going around with the security of Bitcoin, and the miners aren't going to make enough money. Oh no! And so now they have an argument against that. That is a little more immediate and short term and easy to explain. You just point to the ordinals and it's like, look, a utility. But like, how fast is it going to sort of catch up to Ethereum's level of maturity? And does it feel a little bit redundant? Yes.
Oh, Bbandz, go on.
I like my ordinals, so like, but I only like them because I went and I read the blog and I was kind of trying to understand the whole, what it is. And I understand, yes, it's on the part where you sign your signature. That's essentially that little space is where your text image or your image is going instead of your signature. But the cool thing about it is you're going to be able to do more with it. I know right now they're immutable, but you'll be able to create like a little economy within the Bitcoin blockchain because it's right on there, and you can attach other Satoshis or other contracts to that original one created. So, and it'll just kind of have like a trail, almost like a guest book thing. I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see as it develops. And I think I'm more excited that the marketplace on Ordinal's wallet is open, and selfishly super excited that the Space Skellies already has 31 Skellies on the blockchain. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually get a word in about that topic this morning. That was a bold move. Skepticism, my personal skepticism of ordinals aside, it was definitely a bold move to get in on it early, and a great marketing move for you guys. Bravo.
I mean,
hopefully hopefully that makes up for all the shitty red ships I keep getting.
It's the minter, not the minty.
I know. You guys keep giving me these secondhand Walmart fucking serums. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Here's the thing, though. You still have a chance of being able to get a rare inside of that. You know what I mean? Just your chances are lower. They're not as high as they are with the gold ship or, the blue ship. But you still have a chance. I'm just saying. I think I'm just excited because it's something new. I want to see where it goes. And I think it's crazy that Baddies vs. Goodies, I think they sold one of their inscriptions for like $500. That's Baddies vs. Goodies on
yeah, that's an interesting one. They were saying that if you have 5 of them or something, you'll start getting some shit. And I looked, I have 1, and I was like, well, so much for that. It's funny too, because you can tell how much of this stuff, like these projects actually had planned, which is like none of it. And they're just like everybody else out here just making shit up as they go. Cause like that was not in your roadmap, dog. You don't even have the same name on the project. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So I can appreciate them not just letting it die and like trying to keep it going. But like at a certain point, we have to We have to recognize that literally nobody here knows what the fuck they're doing.
Absolutely.
Except the noobs.
Pretending. Faking it till we make it.
Except the noobs. The noobs know what they're doing.
Bullish on Finn, me. I'm just bullish on Finn. As long as I'm bullish on Finn, I'll be all right.
I'm bullish on noobs.
Me and Finn are going to, get some money from Netflix at some point, and we're going to do Rekt Den together, and we're going to get famous. How's that sound?
We're going to do the Rekt Den that we were supposed to do, that our technology currently doesn't allow for us to do, but the dream is still alive.
And it's Finn and I over here. We're not used to dropping our grammar standards just because we're plebs on spaces. Come on, Tammy, stick with the program.
I'm not speaking the Queen's English. So.
Yeah, pommy can't. Well, do you think English people are pommies? Yeah.
Oh, I love English peoples. No.
Have you been, Tammy? Have you been? Did you go backpacking when you were younger or anything?
No, I did something slightly different. Instead of going backpacking when I was younger, I took a 3-month internship in Saudi Arabia for science. And I'm not saying for science sarcastically, I mean for science literally.
What do you mean? Like you were the experiment? I don't understand. What?
No, I'm a scientist.
You were the camel vet, right? You were doing like camel stuff?
No. Oh my God, where did you get that idea?
What kind of science? Because what kind of science? I thought you were animal scientist. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. You're not an animal scientist. Oh, okay,
no,
I'm sorry.
I'm an engineer and a chemist. I did both. I did engineering and science.
So you engineered camels? That's so dope.
When is the woolly mammoth coming out? Because I heard there's a pregnant elephant with a woolly mammoth maybe this spring.
Holy shit.
Do you know anything about that?
Shit. I mean, I took a look at the company that seems to be making these claims, but damn, where did that headline come from? I think I missed that.
I was listening to Joe Rogan's show.
I mean, I think he's
and I heard it on there.
I think he's hardly an authoritative figure on the scientific developments, but
no, I mean, there was a scientist talking about it to Joe Rogan, and they were saying
no. It's at Harvard, and they said they have the tech that they could create a hybrid mammoth elephant embryo in 2 years. They could. If you guys let us, we could. Should we? No, that's not our place to say, but we could.
Jurassic Park, please, now. I need it. I've been waiting.
Tammy, do you like Graham Hancock, yeah? Have you read fucking hell, I can't talk. Because I'm a fanboy, that's why. Fingerprints of the Gods. Have you read that?
Oh, I think I'm going to have to. Is that a book? I'm assuming that's a book. You said that it was a book.
Graham Hancock,
it's a poem.
Yeah. It's a book. He's been on Joe Rogan loads, though, talking about like how the Earth's been like molded and the way it has been. Hey, I've got a copy. I've got a library link with like a load of books. I'll send you the link if you want to my library.
Oh, and for those,
me too, Robo.
For those who don't know, if you ask Google, what did Graham Hancock discover, they will tell you that Graham Hancock is a British writer who promotes pseudoscientific theories involving many ancient civilizations and lost lands. So he's a woo scientist. Interesting.
Oh, no, not that guy. Did he?
Netflix. Didn't he have a Netflix? Yes, the apocalypse. Or what is it called?
Hey,
it's called Apocalypse.
Some of those theories are on the money.
No.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was so bad though.
Not the Netflix. Stuff. I haven't even seen it. I'm talking about Fingerprints of the Gods. I'm old school.
You didn't like the Netflix? Man,
I wouldn't go near it.
I mean, I'm not a scientist, so my mind was like, "This is cool," but
no, as a scientist, I was offended.
The loopholes were just glaring. They were just like, oh God, it was awful. No, don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Tammy, we can't.
Listen, I used to believe in Jesus, so I can believe this. And I was like,
do you know what's pissing me off? How many people are believing in fucking aliens right now? It's doing my head in. Like, way too many people are convinced on aliens, right?
So, we're all wondering. So, as a scientist, and I know the strange things that machines can do, suddenly we have these planes flying around with like hyper accurate friggin' cameras, and we're wondering what the mysterious things that are appearing on the sensors are. Like, honest to God, people, it's so transparent. It's such a transparent media distraction. It's not even funny. I just
did you see
the headlines?
Did you see the hyperplane thing, Tammy? You know the hyperplane thing that they did. Was that China? It was China, right? Who did the hyperplane? Like how like fast and high it like flew across the globe. It was like mental, right? That wasn't so long ago. That.
Are you talking about scramjet technology? Because that's been around for a while.
No, China did some mad, crazy, like it hyperplane that was like it right up, like really like high altitude, like effectively heading off into the stratosphere, or like there was some. And then
hold on. First of all, a hyperplane.
Because I do.
No, listen. A hyperplane is a geometric form. What you're talking about is the hypersonic plane, which is a concept that could, if it was made, again, it could go from Beijing to New York in about 2 hours. So, just so we're all clear.
Yeah, that's a scramjet.
So we don't believe in aliens because
5 times faster than the speed of sound. Yes.
Believe in aliens. Obviously this is the kind of thing that I think about when I am can't sleep. But believe in aliens. Do I believe in aliens? Yes, I do, because the odds of us existing alone in the universe are ridiculous. But I think my dad was talking about physics, and I don't understand physics. That breaks my brain. But he was like, yeah, faster than light technology, looking increasingly unlikely. And I'm like, Dad, why do you have to ruin like all of science fiction for me like that? Just Jesus. So
the Drake equation, hit him with the Drake equation. It says that they're out there, but the point is it's so big out there and they're so far away. Even with FTL, it would take so long to get here. They would just send drones. Yeah. Like they wouldn't come themselves.
Yeah, that's the general thrust of my point. That they are out there. They're just a long, long, long way away. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I'm a scientist myself, so I fancy myself somewhat of a scientist myself. So I understand where you're coming from, and I understand why the rest of these people here don't.
You're a weed scientist.
Oh, he said people. I feel like he wanted to say plebs.
A weed scientist. She knows.
Scientist. I know. I mean, I've been spending enough time with this guy in the Rekt Discord. You know, he's awake when I am. He's close enough to one of the coasts of the US for our time zones to overlap more often than not.
Holy
That's right. And when the Owlies guy goes in there to Engagement Farm, we're both in there just giving him the business.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you guys don't laugh at me, all right? I'm gonna ask an honest question. I'm not trying to be fucking funny. I mean, you can laugh at me because I love making people laugh. But seriously though, how the fuck do you engagement farm? Like I don't understand. Like you guys are like engagement farming. Like how do I? But I don't know how to do that.
If you want to learn how to engagement farm, you just
maybe I'm doing it without realizing.
No, you just follow Don Kryptonium. Just follow Don Kryptonium, and there you go. There's your examples of engagement farming. Yeah.
Well, and there's different kinds, right?
Is there a difference between shit posting and engagement farming? Is the real question.
Yes, there is. There absolutely is. And shit posting is shit posting on its own. Engagement farming can encompass shit posting when doing it from the side of the reply guy. Now you have the reply guy who is the strict engagement farmer, day in, day out, putting in 8 hours, right? 8 to 10. So when you take a reply guy with decent shit posting, what you have then is a good engagement farm. And now what we see is the different platforms, right? There's different platforms that you can farm this quote unquote engagement on. And what's funny is when people find the most active Discord and then they go there and they either try to get people from there to go into their non-active Discord, or when they just go in there and they're like, hey guys, under a different name, right? Because you can't be like Owlies and go in there and be like, hey guys, you want to mint some Owlies? Like, what's going on? Like, let's talk about birds and shit. No, you got to have like a different name. So you go in there under a pseudonym and you're like, hey guys, have you guys seen this project? They're coming out with like a token and this and that. And it's like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Can you remember?
And then you have Rekt Dogs.
dude, can you remember after Bad Kids? And I'm like, right, who we're going after next? And in the group chat, you were like, what about the Rekt Gang? And I went, 2 minutes, I'll just jump in the Discord. And I jumped in on a Saturday morning in the Discord, started talking shit. And then, because V wouldn't tell me about Tammy, and I think V ended up giving me like Tammy's name. And I think I dropped you a DM, Tammy, about the RAC report or something. I was all over V about that. Oh, you're garden walled, aren't you? You're garden walled over on Rekt Gang. Hmm?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'm not entirely sure why V was being so coy with you, to be honest.
Well, listen, when you have a diamond, right, and you got your friends coming over, they want to hang out. They're all like dirty, greasy, grubby people. You don't want them like getting their nasty fingers all over your diamond. No, you're like, get out of here. You can look at the cubic zirconia that looks like a diamond, but it's not. And I'll keep the real diamond in the back that you can't see. And that's what happened.
So I'm the fake diamond in this scenario.
No, you're the...
Damn, Finn. Damn.
Escalated. You're the diamond in the rough that V is trying to hide.
Thanks, I think.
Tammy, you're covered in rock right now, so he's gonna have to chip away at that apparently. I believe you're already a diamond. Don't listen to these plebs, okay?
Talking about meme wars. I mean, that was just like good fun with the Rekt Gang. But can you remember the Rekt Gang afterwards start like handing out like awards as if they'd like won something? They're like, oh, there you go, you can have a consolation prize. Where you're like, what you doing, you pleb? The war's not finished. Anyway, you're lucky, Tammy. Before that, we had Bad Kids. Did you ever see the raccoons and Bad Kid War? Well, it wasn't a war, it was a massacre. Did you ever see that when we buried Jake Hart? You see when we buried Jake Hartnell, yeah or not?
I think I heard V talking about it, actually. Do tell. We
had a wake for him and everything. We had like a wake for like Jake Hartnell, like the biggest like Juno Dev. Like, because he was like, oh, let the meme wars begin, And we were like, dude, what you doing, you pleb, man? It's raccoons all day long, So, yeah, man, I might just jump... Go on, Bbandz. Ask some more questions while I go and find the Jake Hartnell.
Well, and that's part.
Go on,
that's
Bbandz.
par.
Ask some more questions. Go on. I've got things to do. That's
par for the course here, right? I mean, we had an obituary for a sandwich. I mean, that's just that's just normal raccoon shit around here.
An obituary for a sandwich. Oh my goodness me! And he's not lying, Tammy. We had an obituary for a sandwich, and we've got it on video as well. Standing by the flagpole at half-mast. Wow.
Are you guys okay?
I'm Bbandz is talking to you. You did the video.
Tammy, save us. Save me. Save us.
How would you describe Highlander's sandwich? Like, we're having a sandwich competition, and Highlander posted that, Finn. I mean, would you give him any advice for moving forward?
I mean, the only advice I can give someone like that is to just throw that shit in the trash and DoorDash some Five Guys. I mean, because you're going to go hungry otherwise. That shit was disgusting.
I love how Cosmos is like, obviously trying to run against Ethereum and beat Ethereum in its own game. But like, the culture got more degen. We got more degen than the DAO hack, the original DAO hack. Cosmos is even more degen than that, and I kind of love it.
Oh, wait till you get into the Aqua story. You'll be fucking pissing yourself, I'll tell you. That's going to crack you up for days, the Aqua crack. Don't go and look at this medium he's put out, because I don't even know what he's trying to do there, but holy fuck, man. I mean, what pleb can't secure their own DAO? I mean, Tammy, from a level of like 1, which is normal, and then like 10 will be like super max retarded. To not secure your own DAO, right? I mean, you must be an 11, right?
10, 11. Yeah, absolutely.
Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I like pushing back on this. Let's say that you got this tech and all of the instructions were in Chinese. How easy is it going to be for you to secure your DAO?
Is that because all nodes? Is that because all nodes had your seed phrase?
It's because my fucking influencer validator is all nodes, yes. And I don't see what that has to do with DAOs not having good instructions for normal people, not techs, nerds, and devs, you know? He's just a ditch digger just trying to bring water to people. And you give him like the tricorder from Star Trek. Like, yeah, I don't know how to use this. I accidentally shot myself in the face instead of scanning my brain. I'm sorry. You didn't give me instructions. I just don't think you can put... I don't want to defend this too much, but I like giving him shit because I don't think that you can take somebody, throw them into this tech and expect them to know what to do with it without any training. That being said, I don't think you should be putting money on something that you don't fully understand how to fucking secure.
How do you do Jacob's voice so good? I mean, like, oh my God, you have it down, Finn. Like, perfect. You probably could like do a voice over a whole space and people would think it was Jake. I'm just saying.
Jake or Jacob, did you say? Wait, Jake or Jacob, because you switched there.
I'm sorry, I meant Jacob. I Jacob.
I thought so.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Gagadov.
No, nobody does that. No one does. Gadigana call it. That suits me.
I think we.
I used to say
Juno's,
good.
I think we found Juno's newest controversy. If we get Finn to imitate people, that would be fantastic.
Just pretend like it's a serious show and bring them on, but it's just like me between two ferns, just doing all the voices and doing them poorly. That would be awesome.
What about can you do Highlander's voice, can you? How are we, man?
I mean, his voice is just like your voice, so I'm working on it.
I'll destroy your life, you pleb. What you talking about? Aye, calm down. Calm down.
All right.
Calm down. You triggered me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You straight up put a pine cone in your shorts right now. Got pissed off.
Bro,
I'm looking in the corner. There's like a raccoon taking a shit in my shoes right now. Okay, I'll be right back.
It's like me saying that you sound like Bbandz. He's from the West Coast and I'm from the East.
Listen, I went to I went on to Tag's show, right? And I was on the Discord. He was doing his marbles thing. And then Gaines was like, wow, Bbandz, you sound so different. I'm so used to your raspy ass voice in the morning. I was like, I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't do anything to you. It was Robo.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I told him, what did I say? I told him that you had a message for him and that I have a message for you. Robo says he's got you a cardigan. And that was after he told me my voice was really raspy. So I waited. I wasn't going to say nothing.
I just always picture, Marge from The Simpsons. She's got her sisters, Thelma and Thelma or whatever. Hey, Marge, give me another cigarette. That's what I kind of picture.
That was kind of close. Not as not the quality that I was really expecting from you, Finn.
No, it's early. It's 6:30.
I'm getting rugged, Bbandz. Bbandz, you woman backing Bbandz up and rugging Finn. Oh, love that. That was it.
Excuses. Well, you got to do March now.
Here, what is your woman? Wait a minute. Your woman, I know they looked at this. What does your woman think about Secret Network? Tammy, do you like Secret or is it a piece of shit?
I have been keeping one eye on their Twitter account and they seem to be pumping out quality. But the only project that I own on them is Long Holmes, because of course I do. Shout out to Aaron because he's an amazing guy, and honestly he just launched his projects just because they were fucking funny, and I was like, I have to throw money at that, shut up and take my money.
Bbandz was all over the schlongs. She couldn't help herself.
Oh my God, I love them. I think they're so cool. I wish there were more. Did they get minted out? Like those schlongs need to be minted out. Hi, honey.
Nah, not yet. But I too am a fan.
Sorry, my husband was telling me to keep it down because he's got a meeting. So I got He sent me to the kitchen because our desks are like next to each other.
Honey, like, if you could stop yelling about dicks, I'm on my meeting now. Thank you.
Your meeting.
I was like, those schlongs. We need those schlongs.
Holy.
And it's a video chat, so it's like he sent me into the other room. Obviously, I'm like.
Tammy's having so much fun tonight, man. Tammy, this is probably the most fun you've had in a long time on a space, right?
I mean, my dumbass has been unemployed for the past 3 months, so yeah.
You tell Mr. Bbandz that you're working too. All right, this is work, and it's not your fault that your work's more fun than his work. That's right, serious work.
Your meeting is not less important than his, okay? Just J's.
Like he constantly, when he's like when he's time for him to talk, he says what he has to say real quick, and he hits the mute because he knows I'm about to start hollering about some bullshit.
Calling us plebs.
It's hard because like I have such a fucking loud ass voice, and
oh my God, are you me though?
He just told me to go into another room. He wants me farther away.
You're too loud.
Honey, if you could go outside to the shed, that would be great. I've got you a chair. I set you up a chair and a fucking coffee maker out there. Like, if you could just fuck off for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops. I just got to make this deal. And then you can go back to yelling about fucking JPEGs and dicks. Okay, thank you.
I know, it's like the owners and manager, and like he's talking to the owner and manager.
Oh my God! Tammy, it gets better.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tammy, it gets better than this. Your man, right? Bbandz' husband. He is a celebrity. He's one of these like people who go viral. Because like we were on this like late night space. We're honest to God. I'll tell you why we're on this late night space. Who's this requesting when they even need PF?
No, I don't. It doesn't. No, no. Mm-mm.
Who's requesting? Hey man, don't come in this show, plebs.
Focus.
You have to be careful.
Focus. Hey, focus. Story.
I am. Anyway, what happened was, in the middle of a space, it was like a mint out space, yeah. I'm on the bongs. I just got up. It was like 7 a.m. here. I'm on the bongs. Home plebs on the bongs. His wife got so annoyed she started throwing the dishes at him live on a space, and we're like, whoa, can we have a wellness check? Anyway, Bbandz, she basically like lost half a joint, right? On a space.
A whole joint.
Oh, sorry, a whole one. And in the meantime,
I had just stuffed. Okay.
And in the meantime, she rolled another one. But her husband was like, right, no, I'm off work. It's the weekend. I work solidly like 5 days a week. When I'm off on the weekend, I'm here to find your joint. And this man didn't stop for 4.5 fucking hours.
No, like 2 hours.
Oh, it was 4.5. It's recorded.
He was like, my joints look like this, so her joints can look like that. And then 4 hours later, he saw this.
Where was it, Finn? Where was the joint, Finn? Can you remember? Oh,
I think it was behind her ear or in the drawer.
No, it was in the lingerie drawer.
Like, I guess I had opened it because we're like changing or whatever, and it like fell from my ear into the thing, and that's where it was. That was like the hardest place to look. It was a surprise. Anyways, I rolled another one, and I had finished smoking it by the time he found it. Which is good because when I was done, then I had a new one. You know. Thank you, Hubby.
He brought you a new one. Oh my God.
Sometimes nature just works out.
That's the only sucky thing about Australia, because I finally got my hands on CBD oil for medicinal purposes only, mind you. And I cannot consume it until I go through and get a new job and do the drug test and everything, because it is still freaking illegal.
They still drug test in there? They still drug test. They make you go pee.
Australia's fucked, man.
You want me to? Hold on. You want me to come work for you, but you want me to pee in the? No, sir. You pee in the cup. Let's see what's in your pee-pee. That's weird, huh? Yeah, it is weird. Get off of my piss.
I would absolutely agree, but in my own defense, I am an engineer, so I'm around machinery.
Tammy, in my defense, I'm a teacher and I've never took a piss test in 10 years, even though I'm supposed to once a year for a work permit. But hey, there
Tammy,
you go.
In Reddit's defense, there's a whole stoner engineering subreddit. So I mean, we're all engineers.
Guys,
let's cut it.
Newsflash! Has anybody got breaking news? Has anybody got a newsflash? Breaking news. This is how RAC FM works. It's drop in, drop out. We have Corporate G in the audience, right? Wow. Sorry to reset the room, but like immediately, like, guys, listen to what I say, guys. I want everyone to know this. I say to the guests for RAC FM, hey, we do a 2-hour USA breakfast show between that time and that time. You're welcome to drop in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You're welcome to come in for 5 minutes, piss off for an hour, come back for 10. Like on RAC FM, you do what you want. But Utang, right? It's you because you changed, didn't you? Your Addy. You've got to be careful when you change your Addy. You can never find
Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Utang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Hey, my battery's dying. I'm gonna drop off. I'll be right back.
You're good, brother. You're good. Anyway, yeah,
Corporate G up, but I'm not sure if they can chat.
Maybe she just wants to like get the tempo of the room. I mean, we've been here for ages. Tammy's been having a fucking scream, Tammy, right? Had a good night tonight, I think.
Absolutely. I need to, get me a glass of wine and then it'll be perfect.
And it's nearly like, it'll be like 1:30 or something for you, right? In the morning, yeah?
Yep, and I got another meeting after this, which I think I'm going to hustle through as fast as I can.
No worries, but Tammy, I mean, if you're up late one night or whatever, we do the show Monday to Friday, and it's always the same time kickoff, right? So it's always like midnight for you. The show kicks off, yeah? But it's always unrecorded. So Corporate G's having a problem. She's dropped out. I'm presuming she's going to come back in. Yeah, Tammy, Monday to Thursday, unrecorded. That's where all the real drama happens. And then on the Friday, we kind of like, it's not that we relax, but we unwind a little bit, I think I would say, from the week that we've had. And we kind of like, I think on a Friday at the end of the week, we all need this kind of like conversation and crack, and yeah.
With a guest.
Absolutely.
Usually, like, I feel like during the week, on Fridays, we have a guest we hang out with and stuff. And like during the week, it's usually just the regular people coming in talking shit, in and out. But on Fridays, it's our special recorded show where we get to like really get to know and laugh and hang out with our guest.
Oh, the format's great.
And that's recorded.
It's all.
Yeah, wow. And we've got the NFT round table, guys. Wow, this is a major announcement. I'll leave it until the end of the show. I believe Corporate G has joined us. Wow, guys, we're blessed. Hi.
Hi. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. First of all, I'm a huge fan of RAC FM, and I think it's also a point of genius having these morning calls, because I personally find myself particularly uncouth and uncensored in the mornings. So I haven't been too lubricated with the caffeine, which has like the self-regulating effects. So yeah, I think
Oh, you're good, darling. You're good. Don't worry about that. You're good. Your woman's golden. Right, I want to clear something up before we start.
Sure.
Is it Grace or Gracie? Because I just want to know, like, which is it, your slave name, or is it like your name of freedom that you were christened with? Where do we go with this, like, darling?
That's quite bizarre. One of many reasons why working at All in Bits was a highly, emotionally confusing and abusive time, because Gracie is actually a term of endearment that is expressly reserved either for the woman who gave birth to me or for my lover. And so when you have hostile employers calling you by that name, it gets fucking confusing. But, within the explicit, express work context, it's Grace consistently across the board. I'm guessing that you're probably referencing a theory I have as to why the response that was provided by allegedly an AIB employee referred to me or called me Gracie. Is that right? Is that what you're asking about?
Oh, darling, I'm still trying to get me fucking rib cage from fucking outer space when you said my lover.
Yeah, just keeping it real. So yeah, it's.
I think it's amazing to have you up here, but for anyone that doesn't have any context or background, can you give us just a real quick overview of what happened?
Yeah, sure, I could do that. Just a quick note, I do have a call scheduled 6 minutes, but I was able to push it back.
Oh, you're good, darling. Don't worry. Have your call and come back, if you want. Don't worry.
Thank you. How long does this go till? For another hour, you said? Or
well, I might spin up and after. If we can hear your story. So
okay.
Don't worry, darling. Yeah, what were you going to say? We've only got 6 minutes.
It's an epic, so I think we might need some more time. But, the short and dirty of it is I joke around that the rename to Ignite back in February of last year was probably not at all an auspicious renaming of All in Bits, because those who were in employment as of that moment in time, about 90% have ended up fired. So maybe it was prophetic renaming to Ignite. Of course, it's like who can keep up with all of the rebranding, branding changes, and the changes in the repo? What the hell is All in Bits? It's one of two foundational organizations that was given a Genesis allocation of 10% token supply. In theory, they're meant to show up, in tandem and in combination, in cooperation with the ICF, so that we don't argue about the fate of public goods and public works and via hub governance. They're meant to have very specific teams for defined development, within the Cosmos tech stack. And suffice it to say, it used to be an organization of 140 plus people. At the present time, I believe maybe the head count is probably about 35 at AIB now. There used to be 6 more people who worked at All in Bits, but we were all fired January 11th, just last month.
Did you unbond all your atom? I bet you've got nothing staked right now, right?
Yeah, why do you think it's been...
Joking, darling. I'm just making light of the situation, but it's horrific. It's fucking horrific. Is Jay Quan? There's people say he's one of those lizard people. I mean, I don't know, but something's going on there. Either the guy's got a serious drug addiction, or he's a religious nut, or both, or he's a lizard dude. I don't know what the fuck goes on with Jay Quan, me. Look,
wow. I've worked with some extraordinary functional alcoholics in my time. So I'd say he doesn't have that excuse. I'm actually, I would say, of the view that he doesn't have a mental condition. My personal take is, and I add emphasis to my subjective interpretation to this, but I do believe that tactically, right, and strategically, it benefits him so long as there's this veil of madness. It's like, oh God, Mad King fucking George. What has he done now?
Oh, that's a good reference, yeah. Like Voldemort, well, a cross between Voldemort and Mad King George.
I love that she used like a real historical reference, and you come out with some fucking Harry Potter shit. Oh, I love it.
It's for the rest of us, you know. I'm just playing.
Well, I have talked about Mad King George several times on the spaces with my American cousins, and I'm very, very well versed on the fact that the Declaration of Independence was a letter to the king. And the syphilis-ridden boil... I mean, if she's comparing Jay Quan to, like, the Mad King George, Jesus Christ, we're in sell everything right now. Pour it in jail.
But adding to it, he's not mad. I think it's a spectacle of mad. And because, you know, the guise of mental illness is a rather convenient one for this particular juncture in time, because it induces a kind of a lot more empathy, or you buy a lot more, how do you say, like, political leeway with that situation. It's just like, oh, you know, poor guy. There must be something devastatingly wrong with him. Dude is fucking clear in the goddamn head. He is a Machiavellian motherfucker. The problem is his agenda happens to change, you know, without in the complete absence of well, you can't rationalize it, but because you can't rationalize someone else's choices does not entirely mean that they might be crazy. They just might be selfish as fuck.
Right in the end. Oh, right until the end. And selfish as fuck.
When you kind of see that with all of these major chains, right? They each have their own, like, God King of sorts, and they all have like a personality that they play up to. And most of them, if you talk to them just one-on-one, like, they're not like that. Like, I think for me, Doe was like the best example I can think of, just because of what we've all seen of him posting on Twitter and like all of the shit he said. But then when you talk to him, he's like a totally different dude. And I feel like some of them feel like they have to play to that role for their people, and some of them just enjoy it, right? Like, it's a game to them, and it seems like that's kind of what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, maybe that's the metaverse. It's a truly interactive game that they play.
So we hear a little bit more. So we hear a little bit more from G, like, in the future, you know, when we do like the unrecorded shows during the week. Can I say your woman's delivery? Your woman's delivery is right on point. There's not many people that can deliver. Bbandz knows what I mean. That killed me. That, like, oh, darling, you've got me crying, laughing, because it's been a great show. And then you're really serious, and then you just drop the punchline at the end. So, G, have you met our other guest, Tammy? Tammy, you and your woman say hello. I don't know. Am I supposed to do that?
Hello. I don't believe we met.
We have not. Yeah, I've been working in the gulag, so I just got out.
You and me both, girl. You and me both.
Yeah. So, Tammy, can you tell me a bit about yourself and what y'all been talking about? I feel a bit bad that maybe I shifted gears here a bit too much.
No, she doesn't know us that well. She's only really met us tonight, Jade. Just to preface this for your darling, Tammy. She's only just met us tonight, so Tammy's going to give you an honest opinion about what she thinks about us retards.
Absolute degens. Absolute insane people. No, me and Finn, we go way back in crypto times, you know. So where I reckoned if he was hanging out with this lot, you know, I was probably in safe hands. But yeah, no, I am NFC Clan lead at Rekt Gang. I am also community manager over at Cypher Wars. I don't know Cosmos as well as I would like. Not for want of trying with the Rekt Gang people, because obviously we've got our balls on Juno. But, you know, sometimes Ethereum is just bigger, louder, brasher, and bolder, and the algorithm is biased towards Ethereum anyway, the Twitter algorithm. But yeah, it's great spending some time with a different breed of people, you know. Lovely meeting you too. Can someone catch me up on the corporate meme? I see there's actually a couple of people who've tagged their username with corporate. Finn had it at one point as well. Is that something that's a thing?
Wow, you and Finn go back all the way that far back, and Finn didn't tell you about the corporation? Like, he's literally HR. Like, I don't even know. I'm confused.
Finn,
please explain this to me.
I haven't had the chance to ask. Honestly,
I wear many hats, many hats, and I have no excuse. You got me. I tried to tell them about the corporation, and Rekt V said that was the dumbest thing he ever heard, and then I cried, and then that was it. I changed my PFP to my crying Pepe, and here we are.
Oh my god. Okay, so what's the corporation?
Oh,
okay,
I think
so
Rama's foreman with me. I've changed my PFP. Rama's foreman with me. Rama's upset because of that.
Do you recall
Mine's
the blue-red?
Mine's a Bitcoin ordinal, so I'm not playing.
Blue-red DAO wars, right? So that was their people beta tested DAO. The next stage of that was the corporation, where we take all of this crazy decentralization and we re-centralize it under one entity, a board. 9 of us sit at the board, and then each department has its own autonomy to do whatever the fuck it wants to do once they're voted in. So it's just a corporation, just a corporation doing corporation things.
7 of you. Go and count.
7 of us.
No, 7 of you. I unstaked mine from the board yesterday in protest at those 2 plebs who boycotted. Well,
wow, you're so emotional, Robo. I love it.
No, but the radio silence. Well, no, but who left the group chat? Who left the host group chat in? Like, oh, come on, you want to play those games?
Okay.
Play one game. Play one game. You can play another, right? Play one game. You can play another.
Well, that's the great thing about a corporation. You can have many different arms doing many different things, and most of the time, the right hand doesn't know what the fuck the left hand's doing unless it's on the dick. When they both reach for the dick, then we know what's going on.
You ever watch wrestling, and you know how like the wrestling, the WWF, they're like fighting. They're throwing each other on the ground, but it's not like for real. Like sometimes this RAC FM is like a little wrestling match where everyone's kind of like, hooting and hollering, and we have this like little soap opera going, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wrestling, but then you take like raccoons that have rabies and then you throw them into the ring, and then it's just no holds barred.
You clearly fixed your mascot well.
I don't think it bodes well for me that in my, let's say, in real life job or recent most proximate reference for employment, got fired for probably doing my job. And then with a corporate, if I recall correctly, my title is something along the lines of Director of Non-Competes or Culture of Fear. The unfortunate thing is that job, as far as enforcing non-competes, is kind of obsolete because if you're operating anywhere in the innovation space, you don't enforce non-competes in employee contracts. Why? Because that's one way to really kill a lot of fucking creativity and diversity that you need for development on code. And so when I come back, maybe I could share more about that side of the story if you guys are into legal porn.
Grace, darling. No, listen. Well, if you want, RAC FM will put on a special. Like I don't know what you can say and what you can't. I'm worried about this non-compete and the legalities of the position you're in. But darling, you've got a voice here. We'll give you like a 2-hour show, and you can bare your soul in front of many people. Not because there's many people are listening. Grace, I don't know if you've heard about the Aqua thing, guys. I mean, tonight I feel like we should go over a little bit. I know Grace said she had a meeting, but Todd released his statement. And honest to God, Slinks, 1 second, doll, because we're going to try to manage the Friday show like we've been doing for weeks. If you're in on a Friday and you request and we don't bring you up, never feel insulted. Just understand we're trying to really manage the only recorded show we do, unless it's a special. Right.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and allow it. You go ahead and you keep this one going, and you keep it going because I do want to hear G's story definitely, and I think that should be on air for people to hear. I do find it interesting that for a group that is so on the cutting edge of new technology, they're so quick to repeat the mistakes of the previous group's technologies. Isn't that what kind of killed the innovation in Silicon Valley, all of the non-competes and the poaching of workers from one company to another. And it's like, we're just repeating all of that here. I thought we're all here to do better and to not. Anyway, that's
go and look at the laws that the Scandinavian, like, I was working with a judge. She wanted to go and do a PhD, the judge, and I had to work with her. She was that kind of fucking lawyer that worked on like non-compete and stuff like that. And she was going over to Sweden, and I helped her, like, I get through some tests and shit like that. But like, I was really like intrigued by like these things just shouldn't be like enforceable. Now, guys, I don't want to reset the room. Well, I kind of do, or we always have to kind of do this because we have people coming in and out from work, blah, blah. We've been breaking a story now, guys, for 9 days. It's the Aqua story. Soy 2 Studio broke it on RAC FM. Thank you, Soy, for like dropping that and giving us more alpha than we can believe. Guys, I'm just going to say this, right? Ray's been at the heart of this since he tuned into the space with Jake, where we told Jake and he got really angry about it, right? Jake Hartle, yeah. Now, we've waited, guys, 9 days. Well, for you lot, it might have been 8 days yesterday. Guys, for me, I've waited 9 fucking days. Gawan, we say in Thailand. Gawan. Gao is 9. 1 is day. Gawan. Fucking where's it been? Ray Reddit almost fell off his fucking seat from what I've heard. Ray, it's the Friday one. We're not going to create like a 20-minute conversation, dude, but we can have like a 3 or 4 minute conversation. Ray, give us your overview, dude. Your TLDR, dude, on the medium, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm suffering. Like, we have governance fatigue. I'm suffering Aqua Todd fatigue now, trying to read this stuff. The reading part is easy. The comprehension is where I struggle. So I don't know. I don't want to say anything really new about it, and I don't want to bring a lot of stuff up. We're working on putting together more information, but it doesn't answer.
Well, can I interview you? Because this is a different kind of show, so I'll interview. Right. Did the article impress you? Yes or no?
No.
Right. Has the fact that the article hasn't impressed you led you to say, I'm not going to stand for this, and then there's something going to have to go out that's going to have to counteract some of this bullshit?
Like, it's a waste of everybody's time, but I think
is it though? Is it? I don't know. We have Tammy here. Tammy, we have very dubious activity. Tammy investigates us all over Aqua already.
Yeah, I think what could just be put out is there's been since the interview with Todd where he joined the space a week ago and said some things, people have been sending me all kinds of information. So I think it would be worthwhile if we can have somebody with an objective eye that hasn't been, emotionally charged by this to go through all of the information we've collected.
Tammy,
put it together and explain it.
Tammy, hello. Tammy, hello, live.
Yo,
RAC FM, yo.
Getting those DMs. Getting those DMs with Tammy.
Slip in your woman's DMs. Slip in your woman's DMs, yeah, man. In there.
How did I get myself into this situation?
You did this to yourself, girl.
Web 3, baby.
As soon as you said Tammy investigates, now all of a sudden all kinds of shit's gonna be coming your way.
Oh, good Lord.
Brasco's in the meme factory. I bet tomorrow your PFP looks like Sherlock Holmes. Hey.
Oh boy. Okay. Well. Okay. So now I know the ulterior motive for having me on here. Good. That has been
no. But Ray wants an objective
Did you do that to her, Robo?
Ray, hey.
We haven't even got to the real question, and that's how many racks does Tammy own? That's the real question, but we'll save that for later.
1.5.
It should be like none because I don't mint on fucking secret because it's bullshit.
He's like, what do you think is secret? She's like, secret? Well, secret is.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't own any racks. Am I gonna get kicked out now? I was looking at
If Robo can forgive you, the entire community knows you're good. You're good. You're golden. I've got a bull. Okay. I've got a bull.
The Lord Robo has said you are forgiven. Therefore, his loyal congregants, us prophets over here, we fall in line and we are all okay.
So it is written, so let it be done.
Oh shit, Moses, the 10 Commandments. Pharaoh said that. Remember that when he was like,
"Oh yeah, you weren't the only one raised in a religious upbringing, dear."
Easter, man. Every Easter, that movie would come out, and we would watch that shit on like Fox. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you know what's really interesting though? None of it. I'm just thinking though, like Ray's like talking about like guys, we're being that involved, that like connected. We need like a bit more of an objective view. I have to teach people about objectivity, man, on a fucking daily basis over here in my job, my in real life job. Like Tammy, like I think you might be the person to actually break the fucking evidence or put it together from like not knowing anything. And then, I mean, Ray, can you supply Tammy with some stuff to, if she's got time?
All right.
Yeah, I can give her all of it, because what I really think, like, we're at the point now where any response that any of us give, or personally, like from my perspective, any response I give to Todd just looks like two idiots arguing on the internet, right? So all I've been trying to encourage people to do is read the Medium article and then ask Aqua questions based on your comprehension of the article. And people need to start critically thinking for themselves on what that article means. But I don't think we're getting anywhere by trying to tell people what we found. So it'd be good to have someone just write it all up that doesn't know anything about like what we've gone through the last week, and try to just put stuff together.
Wait a minute, Tammy, if you want to write up an article, if you want to look, Tammy, if you want to look, darling, wait a minute. Tammy, if you want to look through the article, look at the data, and if you want to write something up, I'll send you a raccoon. How's about that, darling?
I was going to say, don't do that, but like, just have a Rekt gang bounty. Make the Rekt plebs do it. And then we'll send you a raccoon. That's actually an idea. Oh, okay. Right? Give them like 50 Matic. Like, what's Matic? They don't give a shit. Like, give them 50 Matic. Come out, do this research. It's a bounty.
That's a different take on bounties. But okay, that's an idea. I feel like
this is the way.
RAC FM, RAC FM, baby, RAC FM. I tell you what, after what happened the other day, I mean, what's been happening for about the last 10 days, guys? I cannot believe the outreach of like literally L1s, like L1 saying, hey, if you guys are looking for funding, like we're really happy with what you're doing, keep going, we'll chip in. Like literally, it's a case of like, wow, okay. Like people want us to do this, regularly and just get better, and yeah.
Well, you've been hinting at this like for 2 hours. Which L1? Tell us.
Yeah, Robo, which L1? Is it the same L1 that I have a meeting with next week, or is this a different L1? Also, before you answer, I just want to make a note of how amazing I find it that, when you go on Medium and you like look at articles, most of them at the very top, it'll say like 2-minute read or like 4-minute read if it's a real long one. This one, 27-minute read. I think that has a record for any articles I've ever like looked at. Yeah, 20.
That Todd provided?
27-minute read. The dude did not fuck around. This is a book.
Holy shit!
No
I just
traceable financial information in it at all.
Well, that makes things challenging.
There's no receipts.
Well, if
there are receipts, but
research,
Ray's got the receipts. No, Ray's got the receipt. There are receipts, but Ray's got the receipt. Todd hasn't got receipts, but Ray has.
I mean, that's why it's called research, though, right? I mean, if you didn't have to do any digging, it would just not. You'd call it something else. This is research for a reason, Tammy.
Wait, Tammy, you can pull it up for the plebs, but I'm putting up a challenge live on air, and I'm telling you why. Because we've had a revelation today. Like, why have one fucking sponsor, right? Why go to one and ask like to be sponsored by one? Because we want to be proper, like with artwork, like we want to pay and bid or and he'll produce, like, people don't even realize, like, if we can pay Bbandz, we'll have the best artwork, like, bar none in the entire industry. But why not have, like, I don't know what June is going to say about it, but, you know, Stars, Neutron, Kojira, Omniflix, like, these people are willing to, like, chip in. And it's like Finn knows, like, Finn, you know, like your like what you do, right?
Yeah, that's my business model. That's the model.
But is RAC FM not trying to provide the service? I mean, how many people have been at work today? Tommy, imagine if you tuned into this, right, at like 8 a.m. and you're starting your shitty job in your supermarket or you're at your white collar job in front of the computer and you can put your headphones in, right? And you listen to this crack. Like, you're going to have a good morning. Time's going to fly. Like, people's not going to be at work. They're going to be here with us, right? We're providing that service, I think, in my opinion. Like, it's just the giggles.
That's like, right. Does your life suck? Do you need a quick way to pass a lot of time real easy because your life sucks? Well, tune in to RAC FM weekly every morning at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern.
Oh gosh. So all I'm hearing from this is that this research task is a trial for me to become RAC FM's researcher. So then I get a full-time job in Web3 paid by, you know, big L1 money is like
Big L1.
That's what I'm hearing.
This episode of RAC FM is brought to you by Big L1. We put the L in L1.
I would do that just for the smell in V's house. V would have to move out of his house for like 2 weeks because can you imagine the fucking smell? Oh, I mean, V would probably he would have to move, wouldn't he? He'd have to he'd have to leave, he'd have to go, wouldn't he?
All his neighbors,
change his identity.
His neighbors have no idea what happened, and they're like, "What is that smell, honey?" Like, I don't know. It started yesterday. It's awful, and our neighbor's moving. Oh, that's weird.
He'd just die. He'd just absolutely have an aneurysm. Oh my God.
I don't know how the NFT roundtable would go with fucking Berserker on the following Tuesday. There'd be some crap
just
there.
Chilling some other Rekt derivative. Cool, Berserker. Tell us more about Rekt dogs.
By the way, I need to say this, Bbandz. Do me a favour. I don't know what's going on. Reach out to Cece. I can't get in touch with her. I don't know if she's down. I don't know if she's man down or what's going on. But like the round table depends on her. And before we bring Ray in, I want to give some shout outs.
So wait, for CC, the round table for when? What's the date? Right quick, before I send her a message.
Tuesday, 9 p.m. your time.
Tuesday 9 p.m. Eastern.
Your time, yeah. 9 p.m. your time. Okay, Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, same as before. You're the host, right? You and the Mando going to be co-host. It's amazing. I love this. And then CC's coming on with Berserker, hopefully EJ if he's free, Sky Monks, Jacob, we've got Sunnyside, we've got Pepe, we've got Mull. Like, what a show, man. And I'm just going to sit back and just listen to you guys. It's about time I just sat back and listened to Round Table.
We don't have access to it.
I heard Bbandz from Rekt Clips might also make an appearance.
What? Right, can I say something quickly before Ray comes in? This is the last thing. Don's telling me that if RAC FM dropped a collection, like a small collection of certain pieces, like 50 pieces or something, expensive as fuck, Don's telling me this shit would sell overnight. And you could do stuff from there. And Don's talking big stuff but I'm just saying to Bbandz, his artwork, I'm in DMs and the artwork is one of the main topics, focuses, people are talking about, they're the branding's insane, dude. This is I've been in the DMs when Bbandz talking about it, but
you tell Don to calm his tits.
Aye, Rekt Clips. We know you're biased, so you shut the fuck up. Ray's got his hand up. He might not have long. Let's get off the Aqua story because Rekt Tammy's got a challenge. I've got a RAC if she wants to do the story. If she produces a story, Yeah.
Someone DM me when I am more awake, because there is a good chance that I am going to fall asleep in 10 minutes and have the memory wiped from my mind entirely.
Listen,
please, someone DM me.
You served your sentence, okay? You did the 2 hours on RAC FM. It's recorded. Finn is gonna kill us if we keep going any further. Finn, can we add another like 2 minutes? We look at
you're good. I gave you guys. We got clearance from upstairs that you can take this one out to 8 o'clock. You got another 50 minutes, so let's go.
Okay. I was like 8 o'clock. Oh, that's your time. I was like, chill, bro. 8 o'clock is like PM for me. Hey, Ray, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, I had a couple of things. If you guys you have somebody that wants to launch the RAC's NFT collection, that's something that you can do on Y Foundry when it gets launched here in a couple weeks, and then people can crowdfund it for whitelists. So the artist can have the cash up front to build on it.
What chain? Are you guys launching a chain, or how is that? How does the mint work?
We can talk to Stargaze. We can talk to Terra. We can talk to Juno. Doesn't really matter because the mint is separate of the funding. So it can be minted on any chain that that artist wants to mint on. It's
just utilizing the vaults and stuff, the back end that you guys have created.
Yeah, it's utilizing the escrow.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So then the artist would know that the money's there, and the people who fund it to get the whitelist spaces would be able to. I don't clearly in this case it's not something to really worry that much about, but the people who would fund it would be able to extract the value back out if for some reason the mint didn't go through.
No, that's a cool idea, because then that opens up a pathway for projects to do mints for specific purposes rather than just be like, oh, fund my phase 2. And when I figure out what phase 2 is, maybe I'll let you know. So I think that's a good idea.
Yep. And I wanted to add with that too, is we just finished the module so that the people who fund it could actually receive the royalties as well, a percentage of the royalties. And we built that into another contract. So it'll all be open source. So if other people want to pilfer us instead of support the ecosystem, they can do that. Because since they us with the DAO.
Put your royalties into charity.
Yep.
That's what people should be doing. Put your royalties into charity. That's what I want to tie into what we want to do. Like, we don't want to get funded just for us. We want to do it for giveaways. I know there's people that are helping us out who are grinding in fiat mines, and we just want to alleviate stress and pressure with some people who are really going all in. We want to keep creating. The thing is, it's not we are not, and I want this to be really clear for everybody before I speak to Tank. RAC FM, it's not content creation, right? At all. It's fucking either DPS or anti-DPS, right? It's the fucking gossip and the fucking drama, and it's all the shenanigans from the back streets and the dirty alleys, and it's all the stuff. RAC FM's everything else that no one else wants to talk about, open and honestly, because they haven't got someone a pleb like me, for example, and several others like Finn, blah, blah. But we're here to provide a service, and that's... IBC needs a news channel, but not your standard news channel. It needs that kind of any project can jump in, jump out. What needs to happen is that any project on IBC that's a L1 or a DApp built on an L1 needs to know, RAC FM, you can jump in and out Monday to Thursday, and you get a mic, you'll get a voice, you'll get a fair trial if you've done wrong. But you'll get a fair, you know what I mean? We've encouraged this, and I don't think anyone's providing the service. And I think that's why people are reaching out now and saying, hey, guys, we like what you're doing. We saw what you said to Juno. Unfortunately, we didn't really like seeing some of the replies from Highlander. That's what pissed them off, right? Gutierrez, Stars, Neutron, and a couple of others I can't mention are a little bit pissed off about that. But they're like, hey, Juno didn't want you when you've been flying the flag for them for ages. We'll help you out. And so, I mean, where do you go?
If you think about it, all the pieces are there. We've spent the last 8 months to a year building all of these different pieces. So as soon as it's all ready to get brought under one corporate Integrity News Corporation umbrella, brought to you by RAC FM, powered by TerraSpaces, funded by YFD. Like, it's all there. 24 hours of content every day.
That's why
Finn puts out amazing content. Like, everybody in this room is a content creator, pretty much, except for Bruce.
Correct.
I don't know what Bruce does.
Well,
just kidding. I love you, Bruce.
I'll tell you what. I'll if you said to me, Robo, give me one word, because normally you'll say give me like 3 adjectives that like define someone or describe someone, right? Someone says to me, hey, describe Bruce in one word, and you know what that one word will be dependable. I've never met anyone on crypto Twitter in my fucking life that's as dependable as that guy. Like, he's like literally, like, honestly, dude, it's insane how dependable he fucking is. Do you know what I mean? He's like, if he says he'll be there, he's fucking there. Or if he says he'll do it, he's like, if you want to depend on someone, you depend on him. Yeah. And then Tank. Ray and then Tank.
Okay, this is my last thing about Aqua. I just wanted to help like juice people's minds to critically think. A question for the speakers here. If any of you guys have run a business and you've written a check before, right? Like when you write that check and you give it to whoever is going to pay for it, what happens in your bank when that check is actually cashed, right? Anybody can say right off the top of their head.
Wait, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Like if you write somebody a check, if you write somebody a check, right, and then you give it to somebody and then they cash it, like that check comes back to your bank, right? Because your bank is the one that issues it. And then what happens when you get that check back, right? Like if you've owned a business, you know that's the receipt to prove that money went there, right?
Right. Yes.
So you have a stamp on the back. You have the signature of the person who cashed the check, or the stamp of the business who cashed the check.
Your deposits or your statements or whatever.
I think you're talking to a room of people that have never written a check in their lives.
I've written a check. I've written checks before.
Tank.
Jesus Christ. Finish.
I'm listening. Go ahead. There.
I don't think Tank has.
Oh, Tank will know. So when you go to your bank statement, right? You go in any bank for the last 10 years, and you go to your digital bank statement, you typically can go to the info about the check, right? And then see the front and back of the check and see how it was endorsed. So in the Aqua documentation, for them proving their expenses, because people wanted to quote unquote see checks, they somehow have these pictures of the checks before they've been sent or cashed, with everything redacted of who they've been sent to, the memo number, any of that stuff. But they don't provide the actual evidence that the check has been like endorsed and used. It's like I could just write a check, take a picture of it, black out the information and say, look, I spent all this money. Right? But they don't have the actual I'm just saying this. I'm done.
What you're saying, Ray? The other day, I was bullshitting and complaining about like, I gotta go to the bank and do all this money transfer. And like I not to throw dicks around and stuff like that, but it was like, $240,000.
Yes,
I remember I took a picture of it because I was gonna post something, and I literally thought to myself, I'm not gonna post this because like, what credibility does this do me if I post this picture? It could be anything. I could write a check, but unless it's endorsed, deposited, and like actually taken into account, like it doesn't fucking matter. It's so funny that you're saying that, because you're absolutely right. Like that's ridiculous that they just provided these pictures, and I'm like, okay, well, where's the back end of this? Where's the?
So look at the Medium article.
Tank, I've offered a bounty. I've offered a bounty of a raccoon for your woman Tammy to go nuts on this. Like I bet she's dying because she ate a scam. So like, Ray, send what you've got and let's go to town. Sorry, guys.
Tammy, remember when you asked early about engagement farming? This is your best chance.
Okay. Damn me, man. For real. It'll all come back to me in the morning, I'm sure.
This is RL3 and 3?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll DM you.
Her name's Tammy. Yeah, you can call her Tammy.
Yeah, you can call me Tammy, but my real name is Arlene, hence the ETH tag, but the dual identity. I have two personalities. I'm kidding.
That says Arlene. I thought it said RL3N3. That makes way more sense now that you say it. Thank you.
It's leak speak. I mean, okay, I should have put a 1 instead of the L, but like I took what the Ethereum ENS system would give me.
As I said on the Juno community call the other night, can I just fucking address the elephant in the room for a moment? And I did invite Soy up. This is like, to have spent 9 days for this. I mean, I was expecting the Magna Carta or the Dead Sea Scrolls for 9 days. I don't know what was going on. And has he been? Where's he been? Where's he been? At the ballpark with the kids again. Oh my God, dude! I really feel sorry again. I tried to warn him last night. He just hasn't paid attention, has he? And because this is an absolute travesty. If he thinks this is going to wash with it, what people's not getting is, we've been on this for days. His medium is an insult to our intelligence. And I want all yous in the room to know this, guys. We warned him last night, giving him time, try to give him an advice and say, if you come clean. Well, I don't want to go through that because last night was last night. I know Robo was gone on like Joan of Arc or some shit like that. I don't know. Gandhi. Was that Mahatma Gandhi last night? Is that what I was doing last night, Bbandz? What was going on there? Me giving advice to that pleb? Why did I even try?
Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna drop to or just be listener. I'm gonna have my hand up because I gotta get going on the live show. But I'll be back.
Love you, Tank, dearly. Big friend of the show. Big.
I gotta go. Want to say, I donated $100,000 to RAC FM, and if you look in the tweets of this, you can see my evidence.
On behalf of RAC FM, thank you. And we will be putting in 4 wells around the raccoon sanctuary. And the raccoons thank you for your kindness and your generosity.
And also, Ray, with that money, I can set 2 grow rooms up, right? And I'll be able to help out some of these, like, these poor, like, young little, like, single mothers who've got kids with no fathers around that just need a little handout, a little help out. I'll be able to do the charity that I'll be able to do with that will be insane, bro. Insane, my friend.
You could grow so much weed for $100,000 right now.
Oh, bro. I don't even want to tell you about the weed. Literally.
Finn, real quick. Hold on. Hydroponics. Have you done the hydroponics before? Because that's we've done Finn. I said Finn, Robo.
I just said I have. You didn't ask me though, but I said I have. I've grown out of root. I've grown out of root cubes. Have you never grown out of a root cube? What's wrong with you?
So I'm just asking about the hydroponics. For the growing of weed. Like, have you done that before? Because we've only done soil, and we're going to play around the hydroponics. Do you like it better?
It's more controllable, but I'm an old hippie. I would say soil is king. You don't grow weed, you grow soil. You grow good soil, that'll grow good weed.
Oh,
it's all about the microcosm, it's all about the living soil. Like you can mimic a lot of that stuff in hydroponics by doing the different nutrient ratios and all that, but you can't beat like good living soil. I think. But I'm an old hippie, so what do I know?
Yeah, sorry, I just put you on speaker because we're doing the hydroponic thing.
It's good if you don't have a nice spot that you can like have some nice beds and have like your little greenhouse. Like it's cool for like certain applications, but I think if you can do whatever, that wouldn't be like my first choice for sure.
My bath was nearly 10 foot long in the spare room. So if you know what I'm talking about, Finn, the bath, right? The slope, yeah.
I just think like you have.
But I lived in England though, dude. I lived in England. It's not what you like. Like in England, hydroponics is like the only thing that you can actually fucking grow with, dude. Like if you think you're gonna grow in soil in England, you're off your fucking face. Sorry, like.
Yeah, I feel like though it's a lot easier to fuck up too because you are using like raw concentrated newts and different solutions. And if you don't know what you're doing, like you can end up with some real like nasty shit, and the plants will show you how nasty it is by just curling over and dying. It's a little harder to fuck up like good soil, but people fuck up whatever.
My city is closer to Amsterdam than it is to London, the city I grew up in, dude. I've been to Amsterdam 11 times. My fucking mates have been to Amsterdam and actually studied. Went there on like 6 week study courses, man, of how to grow like some of the best shit you'll ever get your hands on. Like the hydroponics, man, that we have in England. Unreal. I've got some photos I'll send you. I had a fucking spare room, like a absolute rainforest at one time. And these things were tied down, dude. In the end, man, there was 5 kilo weights tied on the branches and shit, man. And they were still like nearly like picking it up, like the tension. Like, so if anyone knows what I'm talking about, you basically tie your branches down. You torture your plants. Well, you torture them. I mean, guys, what you do to your plants?
Don't say that. You train them. You don't torture them. Jesus, man. You train them. You teach them.
What about the razor blade? What about when you get the razor blade and you hack it to like replicate the birds?
Cut out some shit. You know, that's
no. Right. What
trim them leaves. You don't want the leaves to get all the nutrients and shit.
Okay, Bbandz. Can I say what I'm talking about? Right. So
you take the razor blade. You put the powder on the table.
Right, okay. Let me give you guys an old school Amsterdam trick, right? So if you're doing 4-month grow cycles, you know, and you're tying this shit down and getting this shit like short and bushy as fuck, right, buddy as fuck, whatever, yeah, you've got to basically start to shock your plant, because what happens is traditionally, like, the plant would think it will be going from like kind of like one phase to another. So, like, if you get, like, a little thin razor blade and you just, like, hack, like, here and there and stuff like that at certain parts on the stalk, or the main stalk, like, the plant will, like, uber react. The more you torture your plant, the more THC it'll produce, basically. So, like, anyone who's in the weed industry, like, knows this, like, a nice secret, too.
Hey, Tank. How you doing? Or do you have
do you not torture your plants? Do you not torture your plants?
Nah, he put his hand up because he's doing his live thing.
You Americans are fucked, aren't you? Because you think you're in the soil, eh, man? Come to the UK where we don't have soil. We don't even have potatoes these days, man. We're fucking skint grow, man.
So you can't do the potato play. That sucks.
We got
10x
water.
Potato play.
Fuck.
Shit.
Can I say how good is this show been tonight? Wait. How good is this show been tonight? Well, wrap it up. Hey, I'll put up an after party for a laugh, just for a little bit, right? But hear the crack, because it's not recorded. How good has Tammy been tonight? I think she's been an absolute fucking superstar, in my opinion. Like, Tammy, darling.
Thank you for coming and hanging out.
I'll go out on a limb and say amazing. Best guest so far or second best guest so far? I'm willing to say best guest so far.
You're just biased. Well, you know,
she's the best. She's a unicorn. Okay.
Oh.
You find a unicorn, you keep the unicorn. Okay. You don't let it go.
Do you know what I will say? I'll tell you what I will say in reply to Finn there is that the show, it's not about that. The show just gets better. And I say best guest so far. I kind of agree, but I think it's because of the evolution of the show, how we're bouncing off each other, how we can immediately welcome someone, get them into our vibe. I think it's a combination of everything, Finn.
That makes sense. So we should apologize to the first few guests we had on, because we had no fucking clue what we were doing, and those were the worst shows ever. Not because of you, though.
That's why I invited Ollie. That's why I invited Ollie. Ollie, you look like Robo. What are you inviting Ollie for the first show from Kudos? And right now I'm sitting here going, Finn knows fucking right now why I invited Ollie.
You've got to practice, yo. I'm not going to practice on my star player. You might pull a hamstring or something. Fuck no. I'm going to practice with the fucking farm team.
Do you know what was funny, though? Did you not notice the second week when I invited, Saberstein, who's a true superstar, and I invited Berserker just so she could fucking make him look like a pleb? What a weird end to show. Bbandz is dying.
He did look.
Bbandz is dying right now. Bbandz is dying.
All right, so to wrap it up, terraspaces.org. If you hit that little menu, there's a list of shows there. You can find the Bare Bones of Web3. You can find RAC FM. You can find Rekt FM. You can find Roving with Riona, Page Dow Show, all the shows we produce here. And if you just want the RAC FM shows, we got our own feed. Pretty soon, you'll be able to find RAC FM in Spotify as its own goddamn show. How about that? Amazing Web2 technology propelling the Web3 world forward. That's what we're here to do.
Imagine the smell. You heard the alpha. Abso-fucking-lutely, Bob. Abso-fucking-lutely, Bob. Let's fucking go. Zero fucks given. Oh my God, Finn. I love this kid. Bbandz. Let's just enjoy the ride, darling, and let's provide the service that we feel like the people want, you know. We leave no one behind. No one.
Well, I did find out that all my friends are in the guys chat that I hang out with they have their own special little chat. I thought I made it into the boys club, but apparently I'm not going to make it.
I'm not even in the boys club, eh? Oh, they've left. The boys have left the boys club, I'll tell you. I don't know where those two rats are. Where are you, Rama? Gaines, where are yous? Oh, and you're either playing a game or you're salty as fuck. I don't know which one it is, but that's up to you. Like Finn said today, what? Like people are not supposed to get paid. Look at Ambedo, man. Look at the work he's put out. Nah? Like, I can pay Ambedo myself, no problem. I can fuck. Like, that's not the point. I want RAC FM to be a fucking professional business, right? And you didn't. It's not fucking handout city when you want to run a professional business, right? If people have got a problem with it, that's up to them, right? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'll fucking say about that matter.
Well, I'm gonna go.
We don't. You go. We don't ask for funding. We just take it because we're fucking raccoons. We dig in the trash and then we light that shit on fire and then we go on to the next. Let's go.
Well, I might say something about it on unrecorded, but yeah, right, Tammy, we've kept this going, darling. It's so late for you. It's like 2:30 in the morning, right, darling?
Yep. I can't believe I've been sitting here in the most soundproof room of the house to not wake up my husband listening to yell about how to grow hydroponic weed.
I know.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you're working on or people should keep an eye out for? Tammy?
Yeah, thanks, bud. Hit up Cypher Wars on One Planet. We were wrecked. Extremely on brand for me. We were wrecked by One Planet on the day that we minted, and then just like bear market hit us in the stones. And we would like some money to pay the dev to create the interface to actually enable our very, very unique functionality. So that would be great. Jump on One Planet. It is still sitting there ticking away on the launch pad. Thanks, guys.
You know, Tammy, you know, we've got good devs on RAC, you know. We've got unbelievable gigabrain devs on Raccoon, you know. You ever need any freelance work?
Polly?
What's up?
But Polly?
So Solidity's different. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. You've been a great audience. We'll catch you on the after party.
Oh, my
Professionals.
Goodness.
Always professional.
Finn, they know everything, man. You know nothing. Come on. Our devs, man. They're like, we fucked around over there, but it's shit. That's exactly it. Honest to God, that's what they said about Matic, our devs. They were like, we fucked around over there, but it's proper shit. Oh, my goodness, I died. Is Tank got his hand up or is he left? I think he's left, hasn't he? Just left his hand up, right? He left his hand up, right? Take care then, Tammy. It's been lovely. Guys, I'm going to put up an after party. There might be some scandal. I don't know. I'll listen in for a bit. Not do much talking. Take care, right? Tammy, thank you, darling.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Of course. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug.
It's the Rekt Show coming from the Rekt store. With this back in the Mac in the back flow. Let's go. Chillin' with raccoons by the back door. Take calls so you can stake more. All I wanna do is making dough, right? but I found this crew and doing alright. We wreck will bitch, ready to fight. So many raccoons ready for the boss life. I might fly high like a kite, right? But always ready for a shite for the right price. Raccoon supply has the right price, giving you respect if it's likewise. So I'm buying all the mean guys with the clean heart. Read between lies, laser beam through lean eyes. Larry or with clean lies, trash mouth, mean smile, be wise. NFT wise, fuck with these guys. It's the rack rap from the back lab. 110 of these in my backpack. Crazy rack rap from the stash app. Rack will taking lead in this haystack. It's the rack rap from the back lab. 110 of these in my backpack. Crazy rack back from the stash app. Rack will taking lead in this haystack. Blast that rack rap from the stash app. Supplying the raccoons with a headbang rap. Rack gang with the rack will slang like a trash can. Hoodie with fangs and a gold chain. It's either rack will or the red pill. Best chill while we get into the first meal. Best feel, best devs with the best skill. No shill, all real, secret is a great deal. Rack will insane, Shane better stand fast. Robo shooting his tweets with straight facts. Knowledge from the street with the best plan yet. Winston gotta eat if you retweet that. Free alpha life feed from the base camp. McKenna always ready if you dare that. Buying all raccoons for his rare stash. Trash panda biker gang motherfucking hashtag. It's the rack rap from the back lab. 110 of these in my backpack. Crazy rack rap from the stash app. Rack will taking lead in this haystack. It's the rack rap from the back lab. 110 of these in my backpack. Crazy rack back from the stash app. Rack will taking lead in this haystack.
TerraSpaces.